Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready? Are we all ready to do this? Oh my god, a TrollCraft stream. Ah, freak out. Oh, I'm freaking out. Are you freaking out? I'm not freaking out too bad. How's it going, guys? What's going on? Man, let's pop up. Let's get the game going and get started. How are you all, man? It is so awesome to have you all here tonight. We are going to be doing TrollCraft. We have basically a lot of terraforming that we need to do. What I have up on the screen right now is the shit that I gotta fix, right? We gotta fix a lot of the mountain, and then we gotta raise the volcano and get the lava up a little bit more, and then we need to figure out something to do to poor Jordan, just because that's what I want to do. And I don't know, you know, we might not get to all of that. It depends on how much time it's taken. I do know that Jordan needs to record tonight, so I've got to keep that in mind. I don't want to go too long, but we will have ourselves a good little while here as well as it is. So how are you guys doing? I hope you're all fantastic. Hey Daynara, hey Shane Mulberry, hey Kiwi, how's it going? Thank you to my mods for stopping by. It's a little crazy for them because there's so many of you beautiful faces, but hopefully you all can hear me just fine, that everything's happening, and you know, that we're there. So let me first just fire on a little something in the background, just a little hint of poopy poo right there. And you know, we'll get that there. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to fix the mountainside. It's been bugging a lot of people. I've had a lot of requests for it, and so I've actually tested it out. Because the thing that I'm finding is I'm not necessarily the world's best builder. In fact, I know that I'm not the world's best. In fact, I'm one of the world's worst. You know, I mean, I make more than a dirt square, but it's pretty low end, right? So, but I'm finding, maybe it's just arrogance, maybe it's something like that, but I'm finding I can actually build okay using like terraforming. And that's going okay for me. Now, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be fixing these ender quarry spots. It's not going to be perfect, so please don't hold me to perfect. What I'm looking for is just for it to look less like this. In fact, if you look in this range right here, then you'll see that this is this part right here is kind of squared off. That's because I've already done these two, and that's, I tested it out, I figured it. So let's go take a look at them and see what they look like when I have the mouse focus on the, hey, here we go, the right stuff, and see if it doesn't look a little bit better. You know, and if you have suggestions, then let me know. But you know, it's just, I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to get things better. So at any rate, will the volcano explode? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. There's a lot of making the volcano explode is rather difficult. And it's not that it can't be done, but it takes a lot of setup. And the thing is two of the guys have moved out, and I don't know if Sunny's gonna hang out either. So if no one's there, then, you know, if a volcano explodes in the woods and no one's there to be damaged by it, does it really matter, sort of thing? But it could. We'll see. I mean, I'm basically playing it by ear. We'll see whether or not I think it'll be amusing or whatever. So at any rate, why no accept cheer? What do you mean by accept? Like follow cheer? Anyway, this is what it now looks like. So, I mean, I can look at this and see problems, things that are just pointing out, because one of the brushes that I use, the brushes makes circles, right? And so it's kind of hard for me to make a straight line or even a curvy line. And they have, the original builders, who were Blockworks MC, originally made this and sculpted it in a program, and then they built the world after that. And then I stepped in with them to help figure out how, for the first time that as far as I'm aware, anyone's done this, generated a custom map through a world builder builder program and then added custom ores into it after the fact. And I don't know that that's been done before, so that was actually pretty cool, and it took us a ton of work and effort to figure out. But so yeah, I mean, I'm not aiming to be as perfect as them. They get paid for this. They're experts, but I am just trying to make it look a little bit better. And I think that this looks better. I mean, you guys can let me know whether or not that's an improvement or not, but I think that personally it's a little bit better. So you know, that's what's gonna kind of go on. But one of the other problems with making the volcano explode, though, is the volcano all around here, around the rim, is around like 240 Y. So I only have like 10 levels, 10 Y-axis to work with, right? So because this is so high, because it's at near max height, it's like, you know, trying to explode a volcano with a plate over the top of it. I mean, it'd be a very large plate, don't get me wrong, but a plate nonetheless. And why does this channel not accept any cheers? I'm not partnered, Awesome Man, so I can't take cheers, I can't take subs. Otherwise, I'd be all over that. But hopefully soon. We'll see. You know, that's always the goal. How's it going, Zisman? At any rate, so let's see. And then we did do the update. You might have noticed that I've had the nightfall and things going on, and we actually edited the mod file. And the AOA guy might be kind of mad at me, but you know, that's a threat I'm willing to live with. But we edited out a lot of the sounds that come with it, the night and daytime cycles and all of that, because it's just loud and obnoxious and kind of just constantly goes, and you know, it just interrupts all of us, right? So at any rate. And then one of the other things that, you know, should be pretty simple. I don't think this is going to be terribly difficult, but I wanted to remove this square here just hanging out and, you know, kind of get started on things. So hopefully you guys are having a good night. Hopefully you're ready to, you know, watch me fumble and fail as I try and do this. And that's one of the things that I do want to point out and really just make clear with you guys is, you know, it's kind of funny. You see in the show and you see in the videos and stuff that there's a way to try and phrase this without sounding like an ass. I don't know what it is, but that generally I know what I'm doing and I can just figure it out. And the reality is when we're live streaming, what you're seeing is I don't just know. I mean, but the thing is, you find something, you get an idea of what you want to do, and you just keep working at it and you keep refining it until you get there. And if I have to, then I'll Google. If I have to experiment, then I'll experiment. But you know, it's not about the it's not about whether or not you go into something immediately knowing. It's about how tenacious you are getting to the end of it, right? So that's what I tell myself to make myself feel better, because I'm an idiot with various things. But that's really the idea there. So yeah, should we try and take out one of these spots and figure out what's going on? Kind of get started. You can't see the chat bar in Minecraft. I mean, you can't see. I have to. I don't have the right. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. That's fine. Your chat bar, that bottom 5 pixels is critical to society. We must have the bottom. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, you click here and then pull down this button on this other keyboard and then pull this down. There it is. Okay. Whoo. Okay. I guess technically that does have my inventory, so that does make sense that you'd want to see that. But you know, having a secondary PC that I stream off of. It makes it a little bit more interesting and difficult. So the first thing we need to do in order to fix stuff is we have to actually get a selection. Did I put the end portal in Sparkle's base? Maybe. Does that sound like something I would do? Hee. You know, but it's not there now because all of you bastards spoiled it. As soon as I know that he just barely didn't hit it, and I was like, son of a bitch. And then I noticed in all the comments like, hey guys, there's an end portal right here. And I was like, oh, well, then I'm gonna have to move it. But that doesn't mean that it isn't there anymore. He'll find it. Don't worry, he'll find it. Anyway, we've got the selection of the grass for this section right here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to figure out what kind of our base clay is for things. And I don't know, like I would normally use the brown clay, but almost up here, it's almost more about this gray clay right here. So let's grab the gray clay. And the very first thing, the easy thing, is to replace the grass with that, right? So we can replace grass 1597. And there's that right there. Just boom, done. And So now we have this here, and that's actually, you know, I mean, on this particular spot, I could almost just leave it like that, and you wouldn't even notice. I mean, on the bigger squares, it's a little bit of a problem, but honestly, right here, there's not that much to do. But we can come over and we can grab ourselves the stone axe. And I use this as a far wand, which can be kind of handy. And then right here, we set up what's a world edit brush. So if I'm remembering this correctly, it should be brush type, or brush, it's either Jesus Christ, brush, gravel, and then cylinder, and then small? Nope, brush, cylinder, gravel, small. Can't bind a command block. Well, select the right thing, then do it again. There we go. Okay, so when we're doing our normal terraforming and things, we want to use gravel so that I don't end up with holes in, you know, in the world and stuff. And I'm not really trying to shape the land. Again, I'm trying to get for concepts of the flyovers, right? This isn't so much it isn't so much that I'm worried too much about how the mountain itself looks when they're like flying across it, but it's more just when they look at the minimap, not having these here and getting that out of the way. So really, we've got kind of some hard lines here. I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for, is where are the hard lines, and you can kind of see the selection there. So really all we got to do is just blend this up a little bit, maybe bring that over and just get rid of some of those hard lines, and we'll be able to kind of start. So right here is a spot where the grass was below my selection, so that's a good spot. So we have, that's a little bit big, let's do smaller. You know, we have a selection here, and that just kind of happens to give me the spot that I'm looking for. If I grab that and then come up to this top portion, and now I change that to this darker clay, then I'll be able to see that and kind of spread it. And that's kind of the goal and just point is I find that and I say, okay, now for my clay, for my gravel, I want that to be 159.15. So replace gravel 159.15. One of the interesting things that was in a lot of the comments from my Sunday troll was people telling me, you know, hey, you just do replace near, or you just replace stone with air, you know, and things like that. And I get that it kind of looked weird that I wasn't doing that. Oops. But the reason that I wasn't doing that is because it's not what I want at all. We're not doing this right, guys. Okay. Boop. There, fixed. There, I fixed it. No one saw a thing. The server was having problems, right? But I have actually used basic world edits commands. I'm not too worried about that. So, I mean, honestly, this isn't that bad. We could come up to this top portion right here and say, all right, this was a ravine that was kind of coming down. So if I grab my stone pickaxe, make sure that it's still my cylinder there, and then just bring that down, then they can kind of connect together, and that'll be fun and lovely, and everyone likes each other, and there's no sadness in the world whatsoever anymore. And then just get a selection that involves the whole damn thing, and you know, does that go far enough back? It does. And then let's replace it again. And I have the visualization mod installed now, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's like I like it, but I don't. It's good to be able to see that, but then I want to get the view of what it looks like outside of it, and it's just not that great, right? You're trying to play Farmville with this, man. I tell you, those people that have that stupid "I'm God of War" thing, man, they are like just muted on my channel. As soon as I see it, I'm like, nope. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm so you know, I'm not willing to sit there and take the time to really like try and kind of what's the word, to mitigate those spammers and stuff from my chat comments. I'm not willing to just give up and be like, well, I can't keep control of chat, I'll just let them go because they're going to show back anyway. I'm like, no, get the hell out. I want my stuff to look right. Okay, so just to make sure I get everything, I'm going to expand 10 down, and then we're going to go back to the original replacement of grass and set that up there. So now we have our basic replacement of grass, and we need to just figure out, deselect, how does it look? What do we need to do to fix it? And what are the things? So we have a ravine here down in the middle that needs to be built in. So kind of try and find that. I believe this is right where we're over it. Actually, it's here. Interesting. Okay. So, and then we still have our brush, and we bring that down and just start brushing away, you know, and I try and keep it from having too much of straight lines. Straight lines are the devil here in terms of making things look natural, and that's one of the things that I really had to kind of spend a lot of time to work on and try and figure out, is how to avoid those the spread the straight lines that make it feel like it's artificial. And you know, again, I'm not saying it's great, and I know that a lot of this stuff comes through as circular. You can see the circular patches, like particularly through here where I use the bigger brush. But again, it's about giving the idea, you know. And so if we say, okay, that connects down there, that's fine. Do we want another one right here? In which case that would be, I would assume, right down here. And we could even try and, I don't know whether I can do a smaller brush or not, but let's go to try one. What's the smaller brush do? All right, so it's just a little bit, it's just a little baby. And that looks a little too straight for me. So just add a little bit of curve there and bring it in and then set it up. And then we will fix that and correct it. Notice you. Hey, Sombre Darkness. I notice everybody. Actually, one of the, I don't know if interesting is the word. I was going to say one of the interesting things, but I'm not entirely sure it's interesting. But nonetheless, a little factoid or not, is I tend to rewatch the VODs of my streams, not so much because I just love the sound of my voice, because who actually likes the sound of their own voice, but more because I want to know all the chat comments that I missed and what was happening and that sort of stuff. So I'll stick it down in the corner, and then I'll just kind of keep an eye on chat. And I really quite like doing that. You know, it makes me feel like I get to expand 10 down. I get to communicate with you guys a little bit more, understand what you're saying, and then I catch little things that I miss and laugh, and I can message people afterwards, being like, you know, when you said this, I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge it, but that was actually pretty funny, that sort of thing. The ultimate troll, the island splits in a bunch of pieces. Probably be a lot of work. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of work. I think that might be a little bit difficult. We might want to get some highlights here as well. I don't know how they do the highlight quite as much. It seems like it's just kind of surrounding some of these and isn't quite as consistent. So we'll just add maybe a little bit like right there, and then get our selection back and you know, go from here. So boom, there. And then, so the far wand, when you assign it to, allows you to set a selection that, you know, the first one you hit just like a normal wand. The second one you actually use you right-click on, and you can set your position to remotely as if you kind of like you're using Voxel Sniper or something. So that's something you can kind of do to speed up things a little bit. So deselect, and let's take a look at this. So, I mean, you know, again, not necessarily perfect, but it's better than a bright patch of grass, right? You've got some troll ideas. I mean, you're welcome to throw stuff in the comments on the videos and stuff like that. You know, I'm not necessarily going to be able to see it here, or at least like I was saying, immediately. And that's you know, that's my fault. I apologize. Actually, let me set up this here, start that. Okay. But yeah, one of the things that that I see a lot of people do that I want to work on, or I don't know if work on's the right word, but you know, I see a lot of trolls ideas and stuff, and it's great ideas, but it's like either slightly recycled or it's just, you know, I mean, it doesn't necessarily interact with everybody. And I see a lot of troll suggestions that are, you know, you should take this person and make them go all across the island a dozen times. I mean, we've done that, but it's like taking all of their drives and hiding one in each spot of the island. Like, at some point, it's like, you gotta kind of keep in mind, that just gets irritating for the poor guy. And, you know, they can fire me at any time. So I don't want to just go a little too ham on them. You know, I mean, I play around with them, but you gotta keep in mind who the master is, right? I am certainly just a secondary guy in this. Any tips on making a mod pack? For the most part, as long as you're following the right versions and stuff, then the mod packs kind of come together. Then you have to figure out ID conflicts and stuff. And in my opinion and experience, the difficulty of mod packs comes from where you really start trying to add plugins in. The server plugins are what destroy mod packs. I just have so much problems with them. So, hell, okay, that one's definitely a little too flat. You can definitely see that guy a little bit. So we're just going to, I mean, maybe bring this down and then split it and call it good. I mean, I don't want to be too stereotypical here, but that's really all we got going on for us, is just come to this guy and then sploop, 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 and then kind of circle around the ridge there, drop down, bring this guy back, and we'll take it up there just briefly, and then come back inside right there. And that will give us our dark highlights. Who would I say needs the most assistance in this series? Honestly, none of them. They're all extremely independent. I know that people complain the most that I don't help Sunday, and I get it in that it kind of feels that way, but the reality is Sunday doesn't necessarily want my help. Like, I mean, he's very independent and knows what he's doing. He knows his stuff and doesn't need my help. And then the other thing is, I think people just get, because he only records once a week, they don't have necessarily a full grasp of what help I do give, because it's only once a week and I'm kind of constantly helping here or there. If he only gets on once a week, I can only help him once a week. And so they're like, why don't you help him more? And I'm like, I help him the same amount ratio wise of time on versus me as the others. But yeah, he doesn't need that much help. He doesn't need help from some guy like me. All right, so there's the dark stuff. And then let's go ahead, and this is going to be tough just because I can't see anything. Well, let's see if we can add a little bit of highlights here. And I think the highlights will just be kind of down here. I don't really know what I'm going for with them yet, but we'll try it out, you know. We'll just bring it around and right there. So those are the highlights, and that'll be 12, I think. Yeah. And then deselect, and let's take a look. Yeah, that works. Good enough. Why would I need a mod to raise the build limit? It's in server properties. Yeah. How did I learn to world edit? YouTube videos and experimentation, honestly. It's like college. You just got to experiment and just find out what you like. Right. Will the volcano ever explode? We talked about that a little bit earlier. It depends. What am I going to do to mess with Jordan? I don't know. I had a good idea, but then Craner came in and he had a very similar idea. So I turned it over to him and was like, here, bro, you know, your name's actually on the ticket. Mine's not. So you do what you want to do. But I'm kind of a little sad. I'm not mad or anything, but I'm a little sad about that just because I was pretty happy with the idea. Like, it was pretty solid execution, in my opinion. But yeah, Craner came up with a similar one, and it's a little bit difficult for me because it's like I don't know, I don't want to give away what Craner's doing and have you guys be like, I know what's happening and ruin stuff, or not necessarily ruin it like you guys ruin it, but ruin it for you, but also just you know, that I want it to be a surprise for everybody. All right, we're going to continue with the gray. When I was down here, I was using brown as the base and using the gray as the primary. But I think up here with the way they've done this, these higher peaks, they have the gray as the base and then just the brown highlights or the light brown is the highlight and the dark brown is the ravine. So this one's going to definitely need a little bit of friendly help in order to clear it out. Why are people mentioning Mionite? I don't know. I haven't seen them, but I was in Mionite, so maybe they're associating there. But Mionite Season 3 is not going to happen. Sorry, guys. Hate to be the bearer of bad news if you haven't figured that out yet. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, there's crumbles and it's a cookie. All right, so we've got that, and I don't know. That looks seamless, don't you think? You can't even tell, except I didn't obviously get that high enough. Is that not high? Oh, expand 10 up. Bloop. And then replace there. And now we go. See, you can't even tell on there, right? Perfect. Is everyone perfect? Wait, what was Zine's role in Mionite? I played Observation Bot, and Intuition, and Divisor Gains, and DG Worker, and various other little things. But primarily Observation Bot and Intuition are what people know me as, and a little bit secondarily the Architect. So, you know, it's just part of that's how I got to know Jordan and kind of get involved in stuff. So let's see. We definitely need to cut these sharp edges down, and then this is a ridge we're gonna need to highlight with the darks, and we have kind of around there as well. So let's go ahead and get some of those highlights done. Deselect in order to be able to see where I'm going, and we'll go from there. So I should make a troll involving a giant cookie that slowly crumbles over everyone. See, I mean, I could kind of figure out how to do that, but it'd take a bajillion command blocks in 1.7.10. And so that's the other kind of hard thing to do and stuff, is just where we are in 1.7.10, it does dramatically limit us in our options there and what command blocks we have available, right? So I just want to bring this down, and I don't want gaps in it. I don't necessarily want it that wide, but such is life. Bring that down, and then down there, and then we also have one that should be right around here. We're just using the brush, and we're just painting down. Trying to avoid you know, straight lines too much, and keeping in mind that, you know, it's the top-down view that really matters. Let's put something there, and you know, just trying to paint, just trying to give that idea of these ravines as they stretch through. Craner's waypoints. I don't know. I've talked. It's the old ass mod that they use for the. Let's see. Does this come down? Let's just say that this comes down all the way down here. Sunday Hat likes an old map mod. It's not Journey mod, and it's just problematic, and it's what he likes and stuff. So that's cool and all, but it's kind of been a little bit of a pain in the ass. And as far as we can tell, like, it's just that it's an old mod that hasn't been updated and has bugs. Like, we've done everything we can to try and figure it out, and I don't really know what else there is to do here. So there's that right there. That's a little too straight for my taste. Let's see if we can't maybe just bring this one in a little bit. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm not happy. Not happy. Yeah, okay. But we need to get rid of you. Blasphemy, blasphemy you. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. How do I place blocks? What about a troll where two of them have to work together? We're working and trying to talk through ways to have them get on and do stuff together. Scheduling's just always difficult there, and you know, then we got to also come up with it. We got to actually be able to make it, and that's always kind of a challenge as well. So that's basically all. It's the, yeah, we like the idea and we want to do it. We just haven't gotten the time for it, right? So we'll get there eventually. This is down here. And then this comes around, just curve it with the mountain, the way the mountain already is. This seems to kind of come down straighter right there, and you can blend into there. So thank you guys all for the follows. I appreciate it so much. You know, there's just too many for me to call out, so I apologize there. And, you know, I had to turn off the sound so you guys can't constantly hear the follow message. But it genuinely is sincerely appreciated. And I love your faces and all of that fun stuff. So this kind of got a little bit borked right there, but we don't want to bring it in too much. But we have this coming down, this guy right here, and settling in, and let's see, we're just, I mean, I'm trying to use the form of the world as they left it, right? This is just way too much of a straight line there. Okay. I'm trying to let them, the way they built it, kind of dictate how it turns out, right? And so let's see if we can just have just a hint right there, just a hint. Just make a rule so that they should only record TrollCraft once or twice a week. I mean, you know, I'm not going to tell them how to record or do their business, right? You know, this is their job and it's what they do and they're good at it. Obviously, the fact that they've come as far as they have and done as much as they do is amazing and impressive. And I'm sure as hell not going to try and get myself in the middle of what they can or can't do, right? I mean, that's partly just because, again, you know, their names are on the thing, not mine. But it just doesn't seem like it seems like they would know better than I would, right? So there's kind of these right there. Do you think that I need a little bit more coming around that corner, maybe? Just straightening up there, and maybe, I've got that there. I think that those are kind of the major points, but I'm a little bit worried about to my left here and what's going on. Glad I'm helping them. Thanks. It's been an absolute thrill. Wow, this is like all caved in though. We'll just need to build this up a little bit. It's been an absolute thrill to be able to work with them. And frankly, they've just been amazing. And I mean, I don't want to, like, my night was a great experience, but they've definitely taken it a step further, and just in terms of how cool it's been for me and that sort of thing. And it's extremely appreciated from me. Whether or not they appreciate it it may be a different story, you know. I know that some of the Sundays fans aren't really fans of me, and that's fine. Like, I can appreciate that they're mad that I back when I trolled Sunday and they were like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that, and I was like, well, I am anyway. And so, you know, we got off there. Can I troll Sparkles with an observation spot? You know, I kind of want to. I'd like to do that, but I'd have to coordinate with him, and so it's kind of hard to surprise him like that. And then there's also the thing of just Knight is done, right? I mean, the MMO is under development, and in all honesty, I swear to God, 100%. I've done software development for a long time, and I am dramatically impressed with how much they've improved the MMO development and how it's actually progressing. I do believe at this point, if they continue the way that they are, that they may actually get, I know they'll get at least alpha, and they may actually get to releasing a product, which is amazing. I mean, I realize it sounds skeptical and cynical, but it's just the way that it is. And so that is a tremendous kudos to them that they're working on the MMO. And I know, I mean, a lot of the writers and stuff, they've put a ton of effort and everything into it. The programmers have. So I hope the MMO does really great. But the Maya Knight, the show, is done. And that's fine, but I don't want to keep, as much as I miss it and love it and remember it, I don't want to keep bringing up references to it that make it harder for Jordan's channel to move on, right? Because, I mean, that was one of the things, it took like 10 episodes of TrollCraft before people were just writing in his comments that it was like, you know, oh, this is just a cheaper Maya Knight knockoff and that sort of thing. And you know, it's like because the people want it so badly, they've had a hard time moving on, and so as such, I don't want to exacerbate that by using too many references. So anyway, I'd have to both coordinate with him, and there's that little hang up right there that I kind of don't want to do. I think it's 15 that's the darker one. Yes. Okay. So that should fill all those in, and then we just hopefully just need highlights, assuming that we didn't totally turf how this looks. What do you think, guys? I mean, you know, I'm not saying that it's perfect. I've in no way am I saying it's perfect, but I don't think that that's terrible, you know. Hi, XD, I am cool. How's it going? Is Sunday, Craner, or Sparkles my favorite? I don't really have a favorite. Like, they're all tons of fun, and I love working with them and stuff. So, you know, that's, I genuinely don't, when people, like, honestly, when people get mad, like, you're favoring one or the other, like, that's just kind of a chuckle moment for me, because it's just so not the truth. Like, I have no investment on who gets more points or who doesn't. Like, I don't care. You know, I'm just here to try and facilitate and let them have as much fun as they can, while, I don't know why I'm making this blob of highlight, but I am. So here's a blob of highlight, everybody. There's going to be a blob there, and when we all look at it and see it on their mini-map when they're flying by, they'll be like, oh, Zine was here because he made a blob of highlight. Yay, blobs, yay! At any rate, I really don't have any investment or anything like that into who or what it, you know, gets points, and so they're all really cool. I mean, Sunday's just funny as hell. Jordan, I've known the longest, and you know, he's the reason that I had the opportunity, and so I have tremendous appreciation to him. And Craner is just like, more than anyone, really kind of reached out and made me feel welcome and like a part of the team, and so that's been pretty darn cool to be a part of. And you know, it's not lost on me in the slightest that I'm very lucky that I get to kind of be here and hang out with these guys and do what I do, and that there's a lot of people who would love to be able to do that. And so, you know, I try and treat it with respect. I try and keep in mind, you know, what's important, what's not, and you know, just be professional, be respectful, and enjoy it, right? That's all you can do. Should the Thinker statue, because he's a beautiful, manly man? What? I don't know what you're referring to, but I can assure you that I'm not necessarily a beautiful, manly man. I mean, I'm a manly man, don't get me wrong. Yeah, but you know, have I heard Kian's voice? He says that there's a video that has his voice on it. I haven't gone and looked for it, but he said, he was like, no, there's one video out there. Like, if anyone wants to actually find it, then they're welcome to. And so I don't know what that video is, but apparently you guys just aren't trying very hard, you know? So that's on you, but his voice is out there. I did talk to him pretty extensively today. We had a fairly serious conversation where I just wanted to make sure, and I mean, it's a little awkward, but it's whatever. I just wanted to make sure that, like, he wasn't feeling like, you know, that I was somehow stealing the limelight. Sounds so arrogant, but it just, I wasn't keeping him doing something like that, you know, like where he was like, hey, I'm here too. But no, absolutely. First off and foremost, I want all of you guys to recognize that I don't do this alone, that Keehan is there and he helps a tremendous amount. And you know, he was instrumental in doing a big part of the update that we just did. Almost every achievement that was a actual do something achievement or progress achievement, he's the one that did it and stuff. So I don't want anyone to go around thinking that you know, it's just me or anything like that. But we had that conversation. He said he's fine. I'm happy to hear it, and you know, we'll just continue doing what we're doing then. I should give Craner Super Builders one. Man, there are people mad at me that I gave Craner the Builders one. I cannot believe I was not prepared for how many people were bitter that I gave Craner a birthday present. Apparently, I didn't give Sunday one. You know, there were some salty folks about that. And again, you know, I realize that it's the, you know, this guy's my favorite and you're not helping my favorite per se. So you suck and need to die as a person. I get it. But y'all need to calm the fuck down. You know, it's just, you calm your titties. Calm your titties. It's fine. And, you know, we work with it. But Sunday and Jordan both had builders wands, but Craner was the one that was doing the most building and didn't have it. So finally, when it was like his birthday, I was like, here, dude, just for the love of God, let's be done with this. All right, expand. What way am I facing? West? Expand 10 west. A little bit more, I think.
Thank you for the new shoes.
1 west. Thank you, Daniel Brett, for that $2, man. I really appreciate that. That's very generous of you. You know, I mean, as any streamer, it's genuinely appreciated, but never required. I'm happy to just have you guys here and hanging out and doing the thing. Give Sunday a Christmas present. Sunday doesn't want anything, though. Like, it's not even that I'm not willing to. It's just he's so freaking independent that he's like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, did you need help with anything? Did you? Huh? Did you? Huh? Can I help? Can I make something? Did you? Had you? You know, notice me, senpai. And then he's just like, bro. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. And, you know, that's kind of how that works. So, that is a mountain. What do you guys think? I mean, you know, all the caveats again that it's not necessarily the best, but I think that it's better than the grass. What do you guys think? Let me know whether you feel like we did an okay job or if I'm just terrible at it and need to stop. You guys can fill me in there. Am I going to fix Craner's base? Which base? The one down here? I'm going to fix it in that it's probably going to end up destroyed. But 8 of 10, perfect. You know, I'm willing to take 8 of 10, honestly. Like, I'm good with that. Actually, we have a problem here. This is a bit of an issue. I can see the straight line along right here. Up around here and stuff, I can't really see, but I can see the angle, the corner right there, and this straight line. So let's see if we can figure out a way to resolve that a little bit. My frames are leaving me. They're out of here. See you, frames. Bye. Like, yeah, get bent. You suck as a person. No, I don't. You know. So I should be right over the top of it, and we just need to figure out where that line is. It's actually easier to see it on the mini-map than it is on when you're actually flying over it. Okay, so it's a little bit down here. It looks like it's right along there. So what we need to do is we need to just blend these up and break up this straight line. There it is. Wow. I'm like, it's over here. No, it's over here. No, it's over here. Okay, it's right here. This is the line. This is the line right here. So we can kind of blend this up a little bit and blur that. And really just, I mean, the effect that you need on this is just to make sure that there's not a solid line that the eye can follow when it's staring here. And they're never going to take the time to sit here and stare at this. You know, they're flying over at 500 bajillion miles an hour. It's fine. But at the same time, like, you know, we want to do a good job. We want to be the best that, as I keep hitting the wrong button, we want to do the best that we can. And in order to do that, we just fill in right here. And it looks like right down there. This all seems kind of okay. Maybe connect to these. But as long as you blur across the lines, then that impression that you get on the bird's eye view just goes away and your eye can't follow it. And that's really all you're looking for. Okay. I should retexture the portal gun to look like cobble. I'm curious why. I mean, you know, I don't necessarily have an explanation for why I would want to do that. Is that okay? Are we okay there? Is this okay here? I think this, let's just go right there. Anything else? Anything else? It's not even the selection. What am I doing? Well, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and that's fine. Let's not talk about it. It didn't happen. Everything's fine. As you were, we're going to go to 15, and we're never going to mention that again, okay? That's fine. Look, all better. Anyway, up here, yeah, I think that's good enough. I think we get those in there, and we're all set to go. So grab my far wand, and I wonder why my frames are just like 5, 8, 11. I mean, I didn't need many, but I'd like a couple, please. You know, maybe 12. 12 frames. That's all I ask. I'm not a demanding man. Sparkles found a scoreboard in Craner's base. What's up with that? Craner was just going forever and to find it, and Craner checks it a lot, so I just built it up there because I had a space for it. There's still the one in the volcano. I didn't get rid of it, and I was going to look and see if there was a spot to build one in Sparkles' place, just because it's like it makes it simpler. But the one thing that I did find is that there weren't any. Okay, that should be everything, so let's just go ahead and run this again and deselect and then take a look. Yeah, that'll fill in a second, but yeah, there we go. I think that got rid of the line. At any rate, I just built it there to be convenient for him. And what was funny is Sparkles found it like 3 episodes before Craner did. Craner kept going up and looking. Finally, I was like, "Dude, there's a thing in your base," and he was like, "Yeah, I noticed it last night." So he finally did catch on. What are you doing here? You're just hanging out, just being like, "Hey, hopefully he doesn't notice me," and then I could be like, "I'm gravel." Well, guess what, buddy? Guess what? I got your number. It's 15915. That's right. That's right. Stick that in your smoke and pipe it. Okay, so we have this next section over here. I'm not sure what happened here. Like, that looks like obsidian, but I don't know how that got exposed. I reckon Sunday is going to move from the volcano to the forest like this. He hasn't mentioned any of his plans there, and I have no idea. Frames are leaving en masse. Yeah, they're like, "I'm out of here. You've been flying around too high for too long, buddy. We've had enough of your bullshit." Which is, to be fair. If I were a frame, I'd want out too, you know? Be like, I've rendered enough pixels. No pixels without better wages. No pixels without better wages. But Jesus, I have, like, literally my streaming is happening on a separate computer. So it's like, why is Minecraft being like this? I mean, other than the fact that it's Minecraft. Does anyone notice that Minecraft's just inherently Minecrafty that way? Expand 20 up. I did just barely install this mod, and I'm almost ready to get rid of it, because in fact, let's try that. And I realize this is going to be a little bit of an interruption, and I apologize, but let's try getting rid of that mod, because it's bugging me having to deselect everything, and it's really not helping me that much, and it's the only change I've made that would have been, like, what, or 18 problems, close the program. It would have been the only change that I made recently to be causing that low frame issue. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's go open up here, and we'll go into my Roman and Minecraft AT Launcher. I know this is the most interesting screen you guys have seen all day. Instances, TrollCraft, mods, and then we find ourselves the Light Loader mod, I believe is a thing. Maybe it's gone. And then we get rid of Might World Edit CUI and be like, "See ya, bitch, you suck." Light Loader, there we go. Get rid of those two, and then we launch up again and try again. And hopefully this time, with any luck, we don't have, we get more than 5 frames per second. And then we'll be like, yay! And if we don't, then we'll be like, boo! So I gotta say though, we were talking about Mayanite. I haven't been able to bring myself yet to delete this instance. Either of these instances, honestly. This is Mayanite, and then this is the end of Minecraft, which was the abandoned series that Jordan and Waglington were doing, and I worked on that as well. And I don't want to delete them. I don't want to get rid of them. They were so interesting to me. Yeah, boy, black screen's your favorite. Yeah, I know. Black screen's best screen. Come on. It's in the you can't move me right now moment. Who helped me make the map? The map was made by Blockworks MC. And then Keehan and I put together all the mod pack and everything like that. And yeah. Also, someone was asking way earlier how to pronounce my name. I pronounce it Zine. So there you go. The game should be loading back up. You should be able to see it, and we'll go from there. Yeah, Waglington. Where did Zenisms come from? He's Ankbot and handles the quotes and stuff like that. Drive out to find fast craft, better FPS, and FPS mods. I have some of that, but I don't have all of them. But earlier, like until I added the World Edit CUI right before stream, and I haven't been having any performance problems up to this point. So it seems like that's kind of suspicious. Plus, I want to get rid of it, and then a general restart can't hurt, right? So flowers on the ground. That's actually a good point. That could very well be it. There's a way to delete the entities if I find my Discord and remind myself, because when Sunday was like, hey, I'm going to crash the server, I had to talk to Mr. MadSpy, and we came up with a command to prevent that from being an issue, as it were, and so we did. But then Sparkles was way too fast, so we didn't even need to use it, right? Let's see if I can find it or not. But you're right, the entities on the ground are are definitely a thing. I don't know where the command is, though. We talked so much, and I'm like, oh, it's right there. I'll be able to use that if I need it. And then I can't find it, and it's sad. Let's see. Give. That's about me figuring out. There it is. I found it, guys. We can do this. We're at it. We did it. All right, so let's get on the server. Let's get going again. Where did the name Zine come from? It's from an old game called Might and Magic Clouds of Zine. Am I going to ban the portal gun? I am not. I did make the deal with Sparkles to where he gave it up for a week, and we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm not going to ban the gun per se. Type item R equals 50. Ow! Apparently that kills me too. Ow! It killed me! That was kind of cool though. Like splat. Alright, back we go. 200. I'm pretty sure the main reason that, game mode 1, make sure that, give me all my stuff. Give me my stuff! I'm pretty sure the main reason that Sunday likes this is because of the easy teleporting. You know, and the fun part is that didn't even kill all the plants. Nice. Oh well. Oh well, rip GG, indeed. I'm pretty low stress on that sort of stuff. Like, I don't care. So I died. You know? Like, what's getting mad gonna do about it, right? So, whatever. Okay, so we need to set up our far wand again. Far wand? It's like far quad, but different. And then this will be our brush. And then apparently this is what, is this what I was seeing here? Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. I don't, oh, this is Craner vein mining something over here. I guarantee you that's what's going on there. Oh, but we're at much better frames. We're 101 frames per second. Cool. Yeah, that's what this is. This is Craner vein mining something. Pretty sure. Have I thought about messing with Jordan's teleporter frames for a troll? I haven't. I mean, I've kind of had some thoughts there, but I don't know what all I want to do. Lord Farquaad, yeah. Expand 10 down. Now, in theory, we should have all this all set right now. So if I replace grass with, like, you know, the best block ever, ID 98, that should get the whole damn shalala, right? The whole chalula. Let's do... Now, don't let me forget to turn that back. That's a fairly common thing we do. We turn that off to do some work, and then we forget to turn it back on. Okay, so that got the whole thing. So, first off, we're going to replace that with 159.7. Let's see, 98, 159.7. Hey, I can kind of guess stuff. And then we have ourselves the brush, which we need to set up. So, brush cylinder, and then that was gravel, and we were doing smallest one. So, there's that. ID 98's best ID, just saying. Do I ever fix the issues with Craner losing his waypoint markers? No. Nope, that's a bug in the mod. Look up controls of map mod and change the waypoint. Can't do. We've been through that so many times, and it's just bad. All right, so it looks like, I don't know where this kind of broke down, but this is definitely a line we don't want, right? So we're just gonna kind of have to, I don't know what they had originally, but we need to basically paint this in and get rid of this line right here, because that ain't gonna fly. That's a little too noticeable on as a line, as a creature. So if we bring that up here, fill that up, just kind of sculpt that around a little. And one of the things I have to make sure is that I'm looking at it from top down, because that will change the lines of how it appears versus coming down here, right? So this is a big ravine that has stuff going to come down it. And we'll add that in right there. Fix that back up. Make sure that gets added in there. I'm a good-looking guy. Why, thank you. You're a good-looking guy. I don't even know if you're a guy, but I'm pretty sure you're good-looking. I mean, what? There's no bad-looking Minecrafters out there, right? Right, guys? Right? No? Okay. All right, we'll bring this down. Connect that up there. Bring this one down here. and connect that over there. I wonder how that skeleton got there. Let's never mention that again, okay? Okay, guys, let's just not bring it up. Doesn't need to be mentioned. Doesn't need to be commented on, and we'll forget like it ever happened. I don't know that connected. I don't think that the selection is over there, but we'll just pretend anyway. And then this appears to come along here and float down, and then I think it kind of just dissipates. It doesn't look like it's deep enough to fully connect. That's fine. This would kind of come down here. And then maybe fill this in down here as well. What skeleton? Exactly. I like where your head's at. Destroy the skeleton with a shovel. You actually can't kill them, but they'll despawn in a minute as long as they're empty. And that's one of the things that Jordan always did. Like, because frequently they would die. When you die, you would leave your flesh for evil craft. I think it was for evil craft anyway. Like, and he'd look at me like, I don't want this. And so he'd leave it on the corpse. And I'm like, come on, you know, a day later, and his corpse is still there. And I'm like, dude, just freaking, I mean, come on. Not to go full Sunday there. Could you, has the server crashed? But, yeah. It'll despawn on its own is the point. And that's so they don't lose items, right? If there's an item on it, then it's stuck to, then it sticks around. When I originally wrote the achievements, I kind of wrote it with the idea that we would have it be a little bit harder and item loss be more of a thing, but they whined, and, you know, again, they're the bosses, so whatever. When we made it, we told them, we were like, we said, look, you guys do Minecraft for a living, so we're going to make a pretty hard mod pack, and you're going to have to figure it out. And they were like, okay, we can totally do that. And then, like, day one of it, they came back and they were like, oh, it's so hard. How do we do this? Oh my gosh, you guys are the meanest ever. I mean, it wasn't quite that whiny, but it almost was. All right, fine, this connects. I kept trying to be like, I just want this taper out, but it doesn't. It connects, okay? It connects. And maybe it comes down there too. All right, and so now we have those. And hopefully that blends into that bottom part enough that you're not going to just notice immediately that there was a problem there. Let's see, do we have anything else going on? We want to connect here. We also got over here that didn't fill in right, so put that there. This all looks okay, and yeah, let's add that right there. And then let's get our selection and let's fill her in. Let's fill her up. When is the pack going to release? We'll release the pack probably, I would say, at series end. I mean, it might come out sooner than that, but you know, we just barely made updates. We make updates to the pack really frequently, and because of that, we didn't want to release it and have to feel like we're interrupting other people's games or doing stuff, because sometimes we'll add a mod just for a joke, right? And it's just we're running it in a way that it's not a traditional mod pack release, and so we didn't want that to become a problem for people, and that's why one of the reasons we haven't released it. The other is just, you know, we want to keep kind of, you know, to have it. Place gravel 159, is that 15 is the darker one? Yep. We didn't necessarily want to just have it out there and let everyone who wanted to copy it either. Not that, you know, it's that big of a deal or anything, and it's other people's code for the most part, so you know, we didn't write the mods themselves, so we don't want to like claim ownership or anything there, but we did put it together, and so we do have some amount of ownership there, and it's kind of it's just a little bit of a weird, awkward spot, right? So we'll put that there, except that just made a nice square. There we go. That'll fix that. And then just with this steep cliff, there's not as many highlights, right? So we don't necessarily need to spend as much time on it working there. And fortunately, the other nice thing is that because I took out that mod, because we've cleared that up, I don't have to remove the selection just to be able to see, right? So I can now add the replace gravel 159 is at 12 and see how that looks immediately without having to redo everything. So looks like this one's a little too scattered. We need to fill that in. Could probably use some highlights along that top portion, but other than that, maybe a highlight along the bottom, so this top portion and then the bottom there, and then fill in that scatter, and I think we're pretty okay there. I don't know. I mean, obviously they have more of the highlight portion, and we're doing darker, but I think it's good enough. I going to joke about how Sparkle's trolls are mistaken for mine? I mean, you know, in a way, it's I don't know whether flattering is the right word or not, but I don't mind, and it's kind of funny when they accuse the wrong people, and it gives me an opportunity, frankly, to play with them a little and be involved, which I enjoy, obviously. Like, I don't want to just inject myself in, but I like being able to play with them and stuff, so every time they, you know, when Sunday fills up the volcano because he thinks that I did something and I didn't, then I can, you know, I can retaliate and kind of get to play around a little, and they're cool enough to let me, and that's nice, you know. So there, that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? What are you thinking? Did I at least qualify 8 of 10? Did I get 8 of 10? Fill me in here. Let me know what you think. I'm hoping for a solid 7. I'll take 7 of 10, if need be. And then we were going to do a highlight reel right along here. So we'll just put that there and kind of have that just be a little blurb right there that finishes off. Bloop, bloop, and broaden out a little there as it narrows. And now that's the 12, and put that there. Yeah. 10, 10. Oh, you guys, 6.9. Oh, Butter's harsh, man. Feeling harsh there. 6 out of 9. Seniors, come on, guys. I mean, you know, why you got to do me like this? Why is it got to be this way? I thought we were friends. That's fine. That's fine. I can hang. You know, I can make it work. Yeah, this is much easier without having to deselect every time. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else that's jumping out at me. Is things that we need to do, things that need doing other than, you know, obviously up there. How did I learn to be this good? I mean, I'm just literally, I just grabbed a brush, watched a video on how to use the brushes, and here we are, just brushing for days, man. So I don't know that it's I qualify as necessarily as this good or not, but you just practice, you know, and I just kind of just worked at what looks visually nice, what doesn't, and how do I make that work, you know? So I'm going to fill these up for the most part, and without necessarily, you know, this isn't the sculpting, it's just refilling the what Craner veined mined out. Craner, the bane of my map's existence, which is fine. I don't care. It's funny. I think he's highly amused by the whole thing. Okay, so filling this in, that's okay, that's okay. A little over here, a little bit off the top, please. You know, just a little something here and there, and we'll go from there. Bloop, 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 and there's that. I don't know how to make this look good again. Honestly, I have no idea how to go about with that one. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in doing stuff like this, then really it's, you know, I looked up World Edit Brushes and watched a video on that, a very brief video, which, I mean, for the most part, it's like I watched the video and I skipped through 90% of it because I don't actually want to watch. That's one of the things that I try and avoid. I mean, you can't, as a video maker, you can't help but have those moments, but in general, I try and avoid, like, you know, when I know when I'm wanting to find something out, when I'm wanting to look something up, the last thing I want is, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my base. And so we're going to talk about TrollCraft today, but first let me show you the changes that we've made to the base over here on the left. So if you see, I mean, like, I get that what they're doing, and I don't begrudge them that, you know, they make their own videos, but when I'm in that mode, when I'm trying to figure out what to do, that's the last thing I want, right? Like, I'm like, just get to it. Just tell me what's going on, and I'll figure out from there, and then I'll come back when I'm not busy, when I'm not in the middle of trying to do something. I'll come take a look at your base. I'm sure it's awesome. I mean, I'm sure you did a fantastic job, and everyone, including your girlfriend, is going to be impressed by it. But right now, I got shit to do, and so if you could just go ahead and you know, tell me what it is I'm looking for that you titled your now seemingly clickbaity article off of, that would be great. So, I'm too hungry to use vein miner. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I hate vein mining on accident. Drives me nuts. Vein miner radius 1. Yeah. Friggin' vein miner. Okay, so we're going to use this one with the 7. We're going to replace gravel with the 7, and I don't know that I have a selection here. Okay, it looks like I got most of the selection. Expand 10. That's east. See if we got that again. Just a little bit more. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Okay, so there's that. That fills that in a little bit, except for right there. I mean, of all the places, right? Just right there. Just right there. That's fine. We'll just do that by hand. We'll do it live. We're doing it live. Actually, we technically are doing it live now that I think about it. At any rate. What mod is it that shows my player skin in the main menu? Honestly, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, and I have no idea. One of the things about the mod pack is it was partly put together by the time I got here. And, you know, and so I didn't work on some of those pieces, and that one was actually just one of the original ones. I mean, I've definitely been involved in the mod pack, don't get me wrong, but there were certain portions that were already done, and that's not what I wanted at all. Let's go ahead and we might want to do a selection, a more targeted selection than just a group replace. What do you think, guys? Should we maybe let's just go ahead and undo that and try that again. Okay, so let's try replacing the gravel with 49. That just, as long as I get that right there, that looks a little bit better. That makes more sense. Makes more sense to me, guys. What do you think? Slow clap. You didn't realize until now that I was playing music in the background? Neither did I. Well, I did. That's a lie. I knew that I was playing music in the background. Okay, so I don't know that I even need to fix any of this. This just kind of looks better now. Okay, there's a little spottiness right here that we can... If I put my fingers on the home row, then things will go better. It turns out when you press the right keys, the right things happen. But if you don't push the right keys, then it's pretty much guaranteed the wrong things happen. So keep that in mind, kids. 149.15, isn't it? 159... I want 15. And I did 14. Let's try that again. 15. Is my selection not there? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. We're just failing at all the things. I didn't want you anyway. You're not my real dad. Grab that, and now try again. Whoop, there we go. Okay, that looks a little better. Still doesn't look perfect right there. But we'll do this. We'll together. We will persevere. How are the puppies? The puppies are good. Good little puppies, little shits. Little cute little bastards. Drag me up the wall. They're too adorable. I can't handle it. Expand 20 west. Expand 40 down. That ought to be enough. Is that enough? I got just a little bit. So we need to go south. Expand 10 south. All right. Well, we're getting closer. Stay on target. Expand 20 west. Keep going. Keep it going. Keep more liquor. There we go. There we go. And we got there. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. The lava flows there. That's fine. That's fine. We got rid of the square there. And that's the volcano, eh? What do you guys think? You'd say Draconic stuff is OP enough to be considered the end game? Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go with that. It could very well be. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Yeah, we had the puppies on when they're not actual puppies, but they're small little dogs, and I call them my puppies. But we had them on when during startup. I don't really care about that. The building, we can leave that. But the other thing to kind of keep in mind or to do is to figure out what the hell to do with this, right? So, what do you think we should do with it? The only option I can really have that comes to mind is melting down and kind of going St. Helens on the caldera here, carving down. I mean, I suppose I could try and just build up and replace it, but that wouldn't be terribly reasonable. And so I really don't know what we want to do. I kind of like the idea. Here's the thing: is I like the idea of blowing out when if the lava, that's what's going to happen. Is if I do bring up the lava to kill or not kill, but to threaten them to that point, then this is going to become the side that it all breaks out of the caldera on. But that's a little ways down, and I'll need to carve it down and all that sort of stuff. So. This wouldn't be really a lava spout. I mean, because in the active volcano and all that, the pressure's over here. There's not a whole lot of reason that it would have come up here. I mean, I realize the Craner did these. One of the things, and I don't know whether I mentioned it or not in the past, but I actually did a landslide off of here where I'd taken this before I'd filled up with lava. It's buried now. But I had that piece shorn off, and I had it lying down there for an episode. I'm really happy with how this is, though. Like, honestly, I'm just, you know, we're gonna build it up some more, but I'm just terribly happy with where with how this looks at this point. I just thought it ended up being pretty darn cool. And maybe that's just me, you know, patting my own back or whatever, but I liked it. I liked the double vent that we had going on, and then the splits. It takes forever to walk the lava down and to have that make sense, because it's like the lava only spreads for 3 blocks, right? So you've got to have it be you gotta have it like in the right spot. So it's like you come down here and then you have to fill in and make sure that the lava is regular, so that it'll then flow down again, and you follow the flows, and you're like, okay, this spot right here needs to stop, it needs to come in, and there's, I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot of babysitting, but I like it. I like it. Pat, pat, pat. Exactly. Meteor shower. Yeah, not so much there. So we could have like this fall in, but that would be hard to. I mean, we could try and figure it out. We can, at the very least, we can break the command block so that that's not there. I did tell, I know that Craner hasn't come and gotten his laser drills, but I've warned him a couple times that stuff's going on. So as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't want them, right? So that seems like a thing. So I guess the question is, how would we set up to a point where we have, we show this as having caved in? Like, let's cave the roof in for now. That'll be a starting point, just because he's got this big old long thing, and we'll have it kind of jagged out over here. So we'll just grab this portion right here, and then expand 2 down, and we'll place that with 0. So that's gone. And then we need to figure out how to convey that bad things happened down here, that stuff went awry. That's going to be gone. You suggest a massive lava plume? Maybe. Told you to remind me what? What did I forget that you needed to remind me of? Did I forget being reminded of something? I probably did. All right. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to give myself a brush that's a cylinder that's large, and it's still gravel, and let's do 6. And so this should do much bigger stuff. So I mean, really, it's just I only want it 3 or 4 high, and we can kind of have it break down there, but that's just doing it way too flat here. Okay, so we have this. That can be, what the hell happened here? All right, well, that kind of works, actually, that the floor further caved in. If I do that, yeah, you could, there we go. Now I like it. I like it. Show that shearing off. Show that shearing off. It's a lot of scissors, except I do want to fill this up to the point where that's no longer there. So, and now we've got the weird hole problem. The whole 9 yards. Come on, fill up. Blip, 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 blip. And bring that up a little bit. And we're just making chaos at this point. We're just screwing stuff up, but that's what we want. We actually want it to be screwed up. We're looking for a little screwy here. Anybody got any screwy friends? Crack the walls with lava leaking in? Maybe. Again, the lava wouldn't technically be up here, and so that's a little hard to do. But we can, let's just bring this like that. It would have fallen, it would have cracked further underneath than it would have on the end. Make sure we don't have any straight edges or anything left. So we kind of just come down here and really just kind of go ham, right? And, just blah, 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 blah. And that's fine there. And then we'll put a little layer there, and that's fine. That's good. Maybe. Not you. And then bring you down there. And yeah. Maybe we do that just a little. Not you there, but there's a little support. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't like the straight wall or anything, but we can figure that out too. Start making a second smaller volcano? Thoughts are had. All right, so stone pickaxe. This should fill in up to a point. What is it? The deepest, world's deepest hole right here. What the hell? Now, obviously, someone dug down a ways. Blip, 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 blip. I still have a huge selection. Why do I cylinder 2? Why are you so big? Yeah, you're not that big. Okay. But let's just. Oh, god damn it! Why is it? Makes no sense. Oh, I know what happened. I changed my concrete to the cylinder, or to the brush. Derp. Derp, 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 derp. I was like very confused for a moment, but now I'm not confused anymore, except I'm confused on where I am. This is his old thing there. Let me out. Hello? Wow, he has like old stuff everywhere. Hello? Spookles? Guys? Scene? It's my best craner. It's not a great craner, but it's my best craner. I wonder how these holes get placed here. I just don't understand how that can happen. Like, it doesn't make any sense how just randomly these holes going from all the way through the bottom just do... Yeah, I know, I just did it. Okay, so we're back here, and we're going to throw this. It was down this hole right here, right? Blue. That was Jordan's bedrock hole troll. Well, his bedrock troll was in the other area, wasn't it? Wasn't it in there? It could have been. Anyway, stone pickaxe, 2. Call it good. Okay. So now I want to bring this out and have myself a little extra just shenanigan, right? All right, that's not bad. It's not terrible. I mean, it just gives the idea of collapse and rubble. So if we come over here...
Thank you for the new shoes.
Thank you, Daniel Brett, for that $1. Appreciate that. It's very generous of you again. And we can have... couple pieces lying there, break that, and so yeah, the nether portal just died right there. And now let's go ahead, get that selection, and then come over, get that selection, expand 20 down, and then let's figure out what we're gonna do here. So we have concrete, but we also want some rubble in there, right? So the first thing is we're gonna do concrete, which is 187210. So if I replace gravel with 187210, then that gives us that. But that doesn't have enough rubble to it, right? So I don't know if we want cobblestone. Cobblestone seems like kind of the wrong thing, but we do have black cobblestone. Let's look at or cobblestone that's dyed black. It's like not that. It's always difficult. Is it in here? It's not metamorphic. There it is. 2342.15. So if I replace 1872.10, I forget what that number was. 2342.15. Is that right? Hopefully that was right. 2342.15. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do. We're gonna go 98%, 1872.10, 2%, 2342.15. All right. So that gives us a little splattering, a little pimplage right there. I don't know that I'm thrilled with it, but it's a work in progress, right? What if we tried this with just basic cobblestone? Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not sold. What about this? Colored block quartz. What do you got? 2338.15. 2338.15. Yeah, it just looks like it's diseased. It's not really broken. Maybe it needs to be more cobble with the occasional asphalt in there. You think that might be a thing? If we were to flip this to just be let's take that out, take that out, take that out, and take that out. And then we replace with cobblestone. And then, so that's more rubblish. And then we have some gravel in there still. So let's do 95% cobblestone, 5% gravel. And give that a little bit there. And then we can just have some, I don't know if we even need the... I want the asphalt. I want the black, but I don't, it's not good with the color separation. That's my problem. 1872.10. 2%, 1872.10. See, it just looks, wait, what? Oh. What? Come again? Cobblestone. Boop. Not what I wanted. Oh. 98, 1872. Yeah, I'm nailing that. I'm nailing that right there. Let's try this again. Do. Cobblestone. There we go. Yeah, it just looks pimpled. Maybe you have to place it by hand. Give it a little bit more thought. That's not at all the block that I wanted. Go away, block. Oh, that's still... I can't place that, though. Honestly, that's one of the things that I need... If someone wants to look that up for me in the meantime. I don't actually know how to clear the brush off once I've assigned it. I've assigned this brush accidentally to asphalt. Now I can't actually place it. Derp. But that's fine. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Seared cobble? Seared always seems like such a good idea, and then I place it and I hate it. I don't know how to, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's a just a replace cobblestone with seared cobblestone. Except I don't know what seared cobblestone is. Seared cobble. Because that's kind of black, but 27715. Place cobblestone 2715. Sure. It's not really a good answer here. Not that I know of. This is why I don't like individual building. Just give me a mountain. I can work on a mountain. But this is outside of my scope. Let's see. So I wanted skystone. I've been using skystone a lot. It just hits kind of a sweet spot for coloring and stuff like that. So let's see. 27115 is what we're targeting. And then if we actually let's hit the gravel and change it to skystone. So gravel 1375. Is that what it was? A charger. I've replaced it with a charger. So what we're saying here, if I'm 1370. Replace, what is the seared? 27115 with, well, maybe if we get more of the separate ones. So 27715, and then let's do 90% 27715, and then 10% 1370. I mean, you know, it's just pimply. Do / clipboard while holding the concrete. Is it? Because that seems like I would just put in the clipboard, but clipboard. Unknown command. Clipboard. You're killing me, Smalls. Yep, got nothing. Could I put a crack in the side of his base towards the volcano is crumbling? I like it. I like it. I sure as hell could, and we can just bang our way through. We could do a melting brush, but you know, let's just bang it up. Let's just go full bangity bang right there, and tear that down, and see what we can't come up with here. Boop 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 boop. Fortunately, just destroying stuff isn't that hard, you know? Like, this is the sort of thing that you can kind of come up with and go, yeah, I can do that. I know how. All right. So not sure how I got gravel out there too, but I did. So that's nice. How did what oh, I know how I got gravel out there. Silly me. Okay, so we'll have to fix that too. Derp. At this point, let's see. What's brush? It's not butcher, that kills things. Not extinguish, that extinguishes things. Not gravity, that shrinks things. Not smooth is kind of the closest one, right? So if I come here, brush, smooth 3, then I can just be like blah 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 blah. But it does kind of smooth it out too, which is it's not necessarily what I'm going for either. It doesn't seem to be very good. It's not like the voxel sniper melt brush. Do I have voxel? Is voxel sniper actually in this? I don't remember any of the commands. But BR4. I think it's just overlapping with the other one. With the world edit. I don't know. I don't know why voxel sniper decided not to work anymore, but it's been kind of obnoxious. I would have to remind myself how to use it, but I remember getting pretty good at it when I was at the end of my night, like figuring out how to make it work, and I was pretty happy with it. Like when I terraformed the poop mountain away and replaced with a nice landscape for Sonia. That was all voxel sniper. Use none to clear. Hey! Rich boy wins the prize. Everybody say, thanks, rich boy! Brush erode. Brush erode. It doesn't seem to like that one. Yeah, it doesn't like a road. Because I would love to have a road. Alright. And then we have more rubble down here. Couple spots out there, splattered down a little bit further. And, you know, just not you. You're too high. And then get a little bit of you coming down as well. And show that we have ourselves a bit of a situation here. where things went awry, okay? It fell down, and we can have this here, except maybe what we do is we put a little lava up here in terms of brush cylinder 2, or 49 2. And we give her, oh, we want gravel though. And then we'll trace it to the 49 gravel too. And we'll just have it as if obsidian, like there was a lava burst that came through and just like completely splashed up and landed down there. And we'll pretend like that actually could be a thing, because why not? That'll come over to there as well, because that's how lava flows. And so that would have splashed into here a little bit too. And I mean, I realize I just buried most of what I did, but that's fine. You know, it's not about doing it most efficiently. It's just about doing it. Over here and pause 2, replace gravel 49. And what do you think? What do you think? Get rid of these. So the reason I have a zombie pigman egg is I was placing some in Jordan's place, but they're actually called zombie pigman. But if you give them a custom name, then they won't despawn. And so I made zombie pigman, and I was just going to, you know, torment him a little bit because that was all funny shit in my mind. That was hilarious when driving him insane with that. All right. So we'd want it kind of cover stuff, so we wouldn't want these holes pointing out. Let's put that there, you there. Okay, that would have flowed down. This all would have been gone. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Excuse me, your taxes are due. All right, tax man coming through. I kind of dig this song. Kind of digging it. All right. So that fell down there, except for that. What's going on up here? What the hell is this? Actually, I kind of like that one there. Yeah. I should raise the lava. That's the plan. We're gonna do that. Let's see. What time is it? We have about 40 minutes to another hour to get that done. So the idea is to raise the lava. Pause 1. It's brutal though, like it's slow going, and you guys are going to like hate it, honestly, but it needs to happen a little bit. Let's work on building the mountain up even further though first. So replace gravel 49. All right, so we had ourselves an explosion, burst. It came in here, it splashed down. We had ourselves, okay, that's not gonna work right here, but otherwise, bloop, 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 bloop. That's fine. And then you guys should go away as well. No, you should be that. And then you're there, you're there, you're there. Okay. All right, so came in here, caused a problem. All this crashed down. Maybe we, do we just spread it out a little bit more? Nah, not yet. Not yet. You're gonna be retired, you're gonna go to bed. All right, Dark Pit, thanks for coming out, man. Hope we see you again sometime. I actually, you know, I mean, I realize that a lot of you guys don't see it, but I stream on Twitch 4 times a week. So if you like me at all, tell me you love me. But if you're interested at all, then be sure to hit that follow and do all of those things that we always beg you to do, because I'm here all the time. And I think we generally have a good time. I try and make it entertaining for you guys. I don't know that, you know, I'm the best at that per se, but I have your entertainment in mind. You know, it's what I want, whether I achieve it or not. So, okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love all of you guys. You're great. What will I do with Sunday's Powerballs thing? Look, I'm not one to play with Sunday's balls, okay? We'll see what's gonna happen. Okay, so the first step in doing this is probably to convert the lava that's flowing and around to just gravel or something. So again, we'll make sure that we're not down in the lava right there, but we'll take a position, and then we're gonna come all the freaking way over here and try and grab everything. You guys are all so nice. Do I love you too, Lady Chris? You're all right. For those of you who don't know, Lady Christine was Martha in My Night, so if you are a My Night fan, then say hi to her and be sure to send her all the love and praise and all that. So, you know, I mean, she doesn't deserve it, but she's a sweetheart. Okay, so we're going to replace lava with gravel, right? Bloop. Alright, that seems pretty decent. We can expand 10 south and get that a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so first off, we just finished that. We don't have to deal with it. Martha and Mod. Everyone forgets small games. I try and forget Mod. It's true. I try it. So at this point, I guess let's just pile it on. You know, like let's give ourselves something to work with here. So the volcano would continue to erupt primarily out of these because the pressure of the ash and stuff that it's spewed out keeps it from coming out the sides. And that doesn't always happen, but that's the idea there. So if we come and we make it, we're going to need to basically get ourselves a selection that's big square, and we're going to have to build up a big piece and then kind of carve it down. So that'll be a little on the strange side, but it's what we'll do. And so we come over here, and how high do we want it? I don't want to be higher. I mean, maybe I can go just a little bit higher than his Sunny's balls and say position 2, and then replace 0 with gravel. All right. Let's... How do we want to do this, though? I don't want to... I want it to be bigger than that. So let's collapse 15 down, or contract 15 down, and then expand. I believe expand only happens on the sides, not on the height. So if I expand 20, all right, I expand all 20. Expand 20 all. Nope. Okay, so expand 20 north, expand 20 west, south, east. Take that, world edit. Replace 049. 49 is probably not what I wanted. Undo. How about replace 0 gravel? 20 was big. Alright, so that gives us all of that. And then these should start falling down and give us kind of an interesting little setup here. But then we're going to just carve it down, and we'll go from there. So this should be a brush that is cylinder. Can I record when I help out Sparkles or Craner when they're off cam? It depends. Like, I mean, I don't want to record them when they don't, like, the thing is usually when we're off cam, we're being informal and, you know, just whatever. And I don't want to record them when they don't realize they're being recorded, right? So it's like, you're off cam, and what's terrifying? What's terrifying, Chris? So anyway, gravel, 6, boom. All right, so now we have our tool. We have basically what amounts to what it would look like if I were to build a building. And then we're going to bring this and expand it out here and continue growing all the pieces and just really just trying to kind of give the impression, and I don't care that I mean, in fact, I don't want it to be even, but all this stuff could have, you know, would have exploded out, and it is just part of it, and we'll take it from there. So I don't care about Sunday's things. Let's actually bury that one and then just bring it kind of threatening to the other one, and that'll be fine. So expand out, expand, express, things, and just building it out. It's a little too square. Let's give it a bit of oomph on this side and try and break out some of the squareness there. And you know, this can kind of come down. We'll leave a little bit of the original island there, and then keep building out. What was absolutely genius, Van Zandt? The way I'm going about this? Trigger some more block updates. Server's like, bro, what are you doing? You're killing me, Smalls. It's fine. You can handle it, server. I believe in you. I believe in you. Now, a lot of this might, you know, I mean, we might end up raising the lava level, but honestly, raising the lava level is the thing that is a beast, right? That's what's just brutal to try and do. So if we can just expand this out and give that impression without having to genuinely raise the lava level, then I'm down with that, because that's just obnoxious. Because basically, in order to expand the lava level, I either have to use a whole multitude of selections and do it, kind of basically make it into, not even quadrants, but like eighths, and go that route, or else I need to use a polygon select and go along, and it's either way, it's just a pain in the ass. Come on, server. There you go. There you go, Sparky. Now you're cooking with gas. Alright, this would have all fallen down. Make sure that I'm not making it too square. How did I meet Sunday and the others? I actually worked with Sparkles in Mionite, and through that, I worked with him then in End of Minecraft, and then through that, when he was working on this and they needed someone, apparently he floated my name, and they got in contact with me, and I was like, absolutely, I would love to work with you guys, because you're all awesome! And I'm totally down for being around awesome people. Like, I feel like I'm an awesome guy, so you guys, you know, I mean, I deserve the company. It's not actually, but that was, but at any rate, through Sparkles, I got invited. And I was very appreciative. I was like, guys, I love you guys. And they were like, yeah, if you could stop that, then that would be great. And I was like, okay. But I couldn't. Because I love them. I love them so much. All right, so here we have, I mean, it's still squarish. We'll round off that end, but I'm looking right now at the footprint against the lava. Like, that's what we need to make sure isn't square at this point. Hey, B-Mob MO64, you leave me alone for 10 minutes? Why? What's wrong? What's wrong? Everything looks fine to me. I don't know what you're complaining about, man. Doesn't this look like exactly what we'd expect? Maybe I can use ash blocks. I don't think I have ash blocks. I've been trying different ways to get volcano smoke, and it just ain't happening. There just isn't much to work with there. I have ash. I have an ash cloud, but I don't really want to try and sculpt clouds. That doesn't sound like fun to me. And I think that's about all I got there. So, at any rate, let's change our brush to melt or to smooth. Brush smooth, and kind of see what we got going on here. Bring it down, just bringing it down. Bloop, 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 bloop. I mean, because we kind of want a conical sort of thing. Let's see if I can do bigger. Give me more, give me more. Hard part's just making sure, because the smooth really wants to right angle it out, right? So we want to make sure that we don't allow that, but that we don't have, you know, this shit going on right here. Come on, bro. Angle me. Yeah, there we go. Come in from the corner. Just melt away. Be gone. Yeah. Oh. Does anyone else feel that? I feel it. I feel it in my bones. All right. And then we just build, baby, build. It's like drill, baby, drill, but with more building and less drilling. Because we're not drilling anything right now. Okay, let's take this in a bit. Too hungry to use vein miner. Screw you. And then that way we can kind of, well, I'd hope for a little bit more. Not gonna lie. I had hoped for better. I felt like I deserved better. That's fine. You want to play that game? You wanna smooth me out? Is that what you're wanting to do? Well, tell you what. Pause 2, expand 10 down, replace 0. Yeah, eat it. Stupid mountain. Yeah, see? How do you like them apples? Have yourself a little ravine. Have yourself a merry little ravine. Okay, take down the corners. And I mean, it's still way too smooth, but it's a start, right? It's better than what we were working with. This all messed up over there, but that's fine. Just get ourselves a little bit of something right there. Tear that down. Get rid of those spires, and you know, just break it down. Break it down. Your favorite troll? I mean, I try. I try to make friends wherever I go. Let's do a little bit more of the bringing this in here. Pause 2, Expand 10 down, replace 0. I've tried doing just like percentage base, but that just ends up with really weird stuff. Although now with the smoothing tool, that might not be bad. Let's try it. Let's just try that. Let's just give it a shot. What do you guys say? Will I be your friend? I'm everyone's friend, but I will absolutely be your friend. How come I don't put a lava block at the desired lava level, then use fixed lava, and then use replace lava on top of the top layer to get the desired effect? Because it ends up like not working well. And maybe it would, but I've had that break so many times on me that I don't trust it. To be perfectly honest, like, it's just I don't trust the command. I've had it fill in areas like these walls are really thin into chambers on the other side, and so I've had it fill in like chambers on the back end that I didn't want it to, and I've had problems that way. And it's just I don't trust the fixed lava command. I don't like that I don't know where I'm selecting and that it's just guessing for me. Even though you can set your radius, you can do with stuff like that, it just I don't trust it. And I realize that that's just me being curmudgeonly or whatever, but I don't. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to replace the gravel, right? And we're going to replace the gravel with, let's do 75% gravel, and then 25% nothing. And that should scatter us, right? And then when I take my smoother, I hardly know her. And that's going to just block update the hell out of that, right? But then when I smooth it, maybe it will work better. I don't know. Could go either way. But maybe when I just bring that in, I mean, you know, okay, it's giving me a little bit of variation along the top portions, and that's kind of nice. But still kind of just bore down pretty good. But, I mean, you know, a little something. Gave us a little something, a little character, a little je ne sais quoi. Let's bring this in. I should do a house troll on them. Turn Sunny's house. And be perfectly honest, guys, I am seeing the ones that people add at me easier. And it's not that I'm trying to, like, only pay attention to one or the other, but it does stand out to me. So, I mean, if you really feel like I need to see exactly what you're saying, then you can do that. Not to say that I'm not trying to read the other ones too, but it does pop out at me a little bit more. Okay, expand. Let's just go 7 down. 7's a good number. And replace 0. I just want to have something to dig into here. And, yeah. Give ourselves a little something like that. I mean, and it's still very square. Still work in progress. Apparently XX Dark Joker just got wrecked by Emily. Well done, Emily. How about them mods, though, right, guys? My mods are awesome. Let's change it to just brush, and let's grow it out a little. Brush, cylinder, gravel, and 56. Yes. No, just 6. Let's bring that out. Let's spread a little. Spread a little love. Bring it out from the edges. I could clear all the entities. There's a lot of gravel on the ground. Yeah, the last time I tried that, it ended up killing me. And also, I'm not actually lagging that bad. I have 75 frames per second. I guess the server's lagging a little on the updates. That's true, on the block updates. But I'm fine. As long as I'm fine. I don't care about the server, man. I just care about me. All right. Bring. This is very square. I need to bring in that corner. Of course, it's like, it's hard because you don't want it to be square, but you don't want it to just be, like, circular either. Like, you're like, I'm looking for an irregular shape. If anyone could just give me a selection that's an irregular shape, that would be great. And it's like, I work in squares, bro. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want squares. I want an irregular shape, please. And just build that up out there, and we're just melting it down. I mean, really just trying to give character to the sides while also, you know, expanding out and letting it hopefully be fairly natural-esque. Okay, let's bring this out a little bit more. I think I'm trying to unsquare that and ending up squaring it off more. And now all I see is people adding me, and so it's like it doesn't stand out anymore. Sorry, guys. It's tough. At this point, it would look better to lean it up against the wall below Sunny's house. Maybe. That might be a thing. I should begin to fill the chambers with lava. Well, I mean, Sunny knows it's coming. Like, you know, the thing is I realize, and part of the hard part of doing the behind the scenes stuff, or behind the zine, is 18 million YouTube comments would like me to say. But part of the difficulty there is that I don't want to give away. Like, I don't want to break the immersion of the story, right? But at the end of the day, like, it is a show, and not everything's 100% legit in terms of, you know, it's legit. It's I've explained it before, but it's like the actual trolls and things, what happens and how they affect, like, that's all legit stuff. But it doesn't mean that we don't forewarn each other that there is a troll that they need to be recording at this point, or, you know, like I would talk to somebody like, hey man, you know, the volcano's going to get a little close to home, so just be careful, you know, that sort of thing. And he's like, oh really, okay, you know. So those conversations kind of do happen, but at the same time, like, it's not just hey, by the way, I put a command block in your house, so act surprised. Like, a lot of people like to complain about that sort of stuff, and it's just like, nah, man, that's what's the point in doing that, you know? Okay, so this side's a little bit better. You can still see a bit of the squareness there, but unfortunately, you can see I need to clear this. I need to clear this. I need to clear this. So I need to bring one of these more solidly out. Maybe have a little bit of a tail out here. Really break it out of there. By the way, your fave troll that I did was on Sunday behind the wall, peeping Tom troll. That was scary, man, because it was the first time I really got involved in that and worked with them. But Sunday was totally game. I was like, hey, I kind of built a thing, and he was like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, it's just to be funny in case you find it. And he was like, well, would it be funny if I found you in it or something? And I was like, probably. And he's like, okay, well, I don't know what it is, but if you want to be on and whatnot, then, you know, we can figure something out. So he, again, you know, not to ruin from the story or anything, but he had a pretty good idea that something was going to happen, but that doesn't mean that he knew what to expect or wasn't surprised or anything. Anyway, it's a tough line. You guys are a tough crowd, and you know, we just want to entertain y'all. All right, so that's the donger. Got to have a donger somewhere. Just donging its way through downtown. And then let's go back to the smooth brush. Smooth, but let's make it small. Smooth, and I only want to have it happen to gravel. So I think it's 3 gravel. I think the mask is next. Size iterations, expected grabbers, number of parser. Smooth 3. There's a way to add a black mask to that as well, but yeah, well. I could make a point of having that scroll off as I try and read it. I could make a point competition where Sunday, Craner, and Jordan time themselves on a treasure hunt. We've talked about that. That's something, again, that's mainly at the, we're waiting on schedules to get to a point where I can have a time to build it. And, I mean, and I say Craner and I, or excuse me, Kian and I, can get a chance to have it built for them, and then also to, you know, have them be at a point where they feel like they can log on and do stuff. All right, so this corner's getting there. Let's do that. Take that down. And I'm doing smaller smoothing so that maybe it doesn't make quite so even of lines. That's why I went with the smaller brush. So I want to be able to, again, bring it in on these corners and have little ravines and nooks and crannies and just things that kind of happen. Let's see, we'll try 2 and see if how that works there. Okay. Yeah, this is looking a little bit more erratic, not so much erotic. Chris, I know you were thinking it. Lady Christine. She's a dirty-minded girl. Just telling you guys right now. So give her crap about that. Just be like, dirty Chris. She's not actually, and so she's gonna be mortified. But that's why I said it. Let's see, there we go. Might be too much story for you, but can I make it look something like something is rising out of the volcano? I don't know about that one. I mean, I get where your head's at, and I don't necessarily dislike that, but you know, it's then it becomes what's coming out of the volcano, what's going on, and it does introduce a story element that I'm not necessarily looking for. But also, B, I'd have to build it, and I ain't good enough to build it, you know? Like, I saw a picture of someone who had made a giant hand, like scooping a town out of the ground or something, and I'm just like, yeah, that ain't me. Not it. You know, like, cannot do. So, anyway. Okay, I want to smooth this stuff out a little. This corner still seems a little straight to me. I don't know about you guys, but this corner still seems just a little on the 90-degree side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where I got that idea, but it just kind of has that feeling. Like I haven't quite fully smoothed. I think I got over to this corner and then just like, I'm not happy with the other side, and went back. Turned around. It's a little flat. Little flat. Reminds me of a girl I used to know. All right, straighten that out, and you have to know, does Jordan Ian know about Craner's subs walls? As far as I know, no. I know that Ian at least knows that there's something like that, but, you know, I've had a lot of people that are like, you should totally do stuff to that, and it's like, for me, that's kind of sacrosanct, you know? Like, it's not something that I want to get involved with. Like, that's between Craner and his subs and the people who watch him and stuff, and I don't want to mess with that, you know? Like, to me, I don't know, maybe it's just arbitrary, but it's like my subs mean, or I mean, I don't have subs, but my followers and the people that watch me mean the world to me. And so to have someone come in and just goof around with it, like, I think that there's a little bit of a line crossed there. And so I haven't done anything with it. I don't think that Jordan or Ian, I don't know whether they don't know about it or not, but I'm pretty sure they haven't done anything with it. And yeah, it's certainly not on my plans to. Nothing wrong with being flat. Hey, you know, you do what you work with what you got, and trust me, I've known I've known people who didn't let it hold them back. You know, like you can blame it if you want for your problems, but you can also work around it too. You can still you know, have that power you're looking for over certain people. All right, so this is. What do you think? Are we moving in the right direction, guys? I mean, I realize that at this point we're just like, nah, build, melt, but I think ultimately we're kind of getting to a point where things are getting a little strange and different, and that's what we want. We want to, although all of a sudden, then suddenly it works different, and I'm like, I don't understand. I thought I was there, but I'm not. So I feel like we're getting closer. You gotta go to Flame. All right, thanks for coming out. Happy to have you. Hope we see you again soon. Appreciate you dropping by. Really, I appreciate all of you dropping by, not just the Flame. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's all of you. Add myself and Kian to the sub walls. Yeah, no, like I was saying, that's between him and his viewers, man. And I'm not gonna get involved in that. Like, I appreciate the thought, but it's just not me, you know. I care too much about my viewers and stuff to want that to happen to me if I were doing that promotion and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to do it to him. Does that kind of make sense? Like, I mean, I realize that it's a weird distinction or whatever, but it's just kind of how I do. Okay, so that flat is still kind of there, but it's not, I mean, you know, I feel like we're a little bit more on the erratic side here. Do people often say that I look really similar to Keanu Reeves, or am I his stuntman? I've gotten that a couple times. I don't see it, but I mean, I'll take it. You know, there's a lot worse people to be related to that, or to be associated with than hello, I'd like to see now, than Keanu. I mean, he's a good actor and makes interesting movies, and I realize that, you know, he got a reputation as whoa, but he's still pretty cool in my books, so I have no problem with that. But I have noticed that it's been mentioned a time or two on the on YouTube comments and stuff. I also get Chris Pratt too, which I even see worse, like, or less, I guess, is not worse isn't the right word, but less. I don't know. Y'all are weird. You see what you want to see. I think you just want to see Keanu Reeves, and then you're like, hey, this dude kind of remotely looks like him. So, and again, I benefit from that, right? I'm too hungry to use Vein Miner. This is what it tells me. This is what I hear. But fortunately, I'm not actually wanting to use Vein Miner, so I'm accepting of my fate, you know? Let's try and carve this down a little bit. So we got this corner here, but, I mean, ultimately, I think we're getting there. Just slowly. Will we get any of the ladder? I don't know, Ant. This is taking a little bit longer than I'd wanted. But maybe I'll go and check on something I did on Jordan's and also see whether Craner did it when we get this finished up. I got to finish this because Jordan's going to be on here in a second. When I finish, he's going to be on to record. So I want to make sure that, you know, I leave it in a state that I'm fine with him seeing. And yeah, go from there. Let's dig this out a little and then bring that in. So the square shape's still kind of there. Still kind of there. Let's take this right here and then expand it 3. I only wanted that 3 down, but whatever. 3 down, place 0. And then let's work with this a little. I want a melt brush. If I had a melt brush, I could do this a lot easier. Having just a smooth brush means that I'm trying to like manipulate a brush that's wanting to smooth stuff out when I'm like, no, I want jagged, so I need you to smooth in an erratic, not a normal way. And it's like, I don't understand why you're doing this. I can't believe you've done this. So that's part of my problem here. Bring that in a little bit. So, you know, we're going manual for a second here. Little corner there. Flatten out. And there we go. Where did my skin first come from? I'm pretty sure I just way back in the day Googled it and got it from like Planet Minecraft skins or something. Like I've never found it a second time. I remember at one point looking, but I didn't. It wasn't anything special. I just found it and I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like me. And I liked that it was it was a simple and yet he looked kind of dapper. And that's how I want to think of myself, is simple yet dapper. You know, so that's kind of how that came about here. Can you just smooth, please? Please? Let's try a bit bigger brush for a second. There we go. We'll tear that down, put that in there. Or not. I'm a cylinder. I'm like, why am I? But no, I want to melt. Melt or smooth. Smooth 3. Okay, go away. Yeah. And then that kind of worked out too. I grew that out the way that I wanted it to. Let's bring this in a little bit. Can I make a base or room where there's scoreboards for the last trolls, each of them, an actual scoreboard so it clears situations up? Not really. Honestly, like it's just that no, there wouldn't be anything that really worked real well for that. So I don't know that I'd be able to do that. 2 square there. Put that there. 2 straight over here. There. Bring that down. Bring that in there. And keep rounding this off. Fill in the top 25% air to smooth it out. Yeah. I mean, you know, the air causes it to spike, but then I could smooth from there. I did that at one point. Excuse me. Wow. That's fun. Just, you know. Woo! Bloop. If you would place, that'd be great. Thank you. What is my favorite color? Douchebag blue. I'm not gonna interfere with Jordan's record. I certainly am not. There's things I won't do, and that's, you know, interfere with them in any way. Every time I feel like I do, I just feel terrible. I'm like, oh god, I'm a horrible human. Alright. This is still way too flat, but we're running out of oomph. We're running out of pizzazz. Let's just lop the corner off here. Pause 1. Pause 2. Span 7 down. Replace 0. And expand 7 down, do it again, and let's just do that. And then bring that in and see if we can't make that work a little bit better. Because the other thing we got to do is the slow part of this whole position, which is kind of scary because, you know, like I thought this was the slow part, but the setting up the lava is the slower part of the two. So we need to get her done, you know. Let's do position 1 here, and then we'll just come out partly position 2. Excuse me, pause 2, expand 7 down, replace 0, and smooth this. See if we can't come up with a little bit better route. Still have that there. Maybe if I, let's see, brush, actually 1, brush, cylinder, gravel, 4. And if I do that a little bit, then I can bring that out. Yeah, see? Now we're cooking with gas. This is fine. I don't care that much about that, but I can add a little bit in there and break up that monotony. And then, so this brings us up to this part. Maybe add a little bit in there. And then we'll expand this even further out to continue deforming this and creating Florida and or the volcanic dong, whichever way you want to look at it. I kind of look, that's how I think of Florida, so, you know, whatever. And we'll bring those around. Blip, 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 blip. Keep blooping. Keep blooping. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It feels better. It feels better. I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Kind of like these flatter areas over here. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's geologically correct, but, you know, sue me. It's Minecraft. It can only be so scientifically accurate. Okay, this corner is still really square. Like, I mean, in general, it's still a square blob, but, you know, we bit off a lot and we've built around it, so it's fine. It's whatever. Let's shave off a little section here. Let's do pause 1, PO1, pause 1, pause 2, expand 5 down, replace 0, and then get my smoother. Smoother, I hardly know her. And bring that around a little bit. And then build this. And just kind of give me a bit more. Yeah. Now, I think we got a better process here. I think the process is improved. Maybe you don't, but I do. Span 3, 4, let's go 5 down. Replace 0, and now get this here, and bring that out a little, and set that, yeah. Except right here. Yeah. Now we're talking. The stream is lagging, is it? I don't appear to be dropping any frames. Frames dropped 0, so I think that might be on your end, buddy. I'm sorry. I wish I could help, but, you know, not a whole lot I can do. Let's bring this out a little bit more on this side, and then I think we're just about done with the sculpting and the adding and the whatnits and the who's-its and the kids with their music. Right here. I honestly kind of expected the terraforming, the fixing of the volcano over with the other side to take more time, and for this to take less. Boy, was I wrong. This has been a little bit slower than I'd hoped. So, apologize for that, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I think we're getting there. So now the question is, still square there. Steel square. I've tried so hard on this side, and I feel like nothing's worked. Why hasn't it worked? Let's bring that down a little. Just bring it down. Bring it down a notch. You're on the main when you're drunk. Okay. Spread that out. Sploop, 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 sploop. There. There we go. Sploopity sploop. Sploopity sploop, sploop, sploop. Give me a little more. Little love in there. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm happy. I'm happier with that. I can still see the corner there, but whatever. We're close enough. Make it start flowing on a Sunday's base to force him into moving out. He'll decide what he wants to do. I mean, you know, he knows that, he knows it's there. You're gonna head out, Frank Pander? All right, man. Have a nice night. Oh, we do need to smooth a little on this side. So this is where I would use fixed lava, a little bit, but even that's a little fixed lava 5. So then you just flow around and wander, and to me it's good for these situations, but raising the whole goddamn thing, scary, scares me. But it only works on lavas that are flows, so you have to kind of almost like walk it out on stuff like this. And then it's just like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, please, and it's like, nah. I'm like, please, and it's like, nah. So then you get frustrated and you just do one big one, and then that's when the problems occur. That's when mistakes are made, is when you get frustrated and you just do a large fix, you know? So flows and stuff, fixed lava is great for. Adding new, not so much. Okay, all right, got some stuff over here. Bloop. Bloop. Come on, fill it in. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. Talk to your mom. Jerks. Jerks. Meanies. Fix me. Oh, I'm apparently added an A somewhere in there, and that was what was broken. So that's my bad. That was on me. Make them meet together in one episode. We'll do what we can. We've talked about it. Okay, fill that in. Fill you in. Fill you up. Fill you up, cause you hot. Hot like a lava. You're hotter than lava, baby. You're curious as to what I'm doing. I've probably explained before, but asking you just joined the stream. Hi, Polonium or Polnium. How's it going? We've dramatically expanded the volcano, and so now that the volcano's been dramatically expanded, I'm melodramatically filling in these lava holes so that you know, it doesn't look like gravel fell down here and deleted everything, which is what happened. So we're just filling in that stuff. Go away. So at any rate, I've dramatically expanded the volcano. Now we're making it work. We're cooking with gas. Go away, stupid pyrotheum. There we go. Got her. Got his ass. Fix lava. There we go. You. And excuse me. Falling. Sinking. Falling. Not working. Space. How do I? There we go. Fatty Bam Bam being mean. Damn it, Fatty Bam Bam. How many times have we talked about this? I don't know who Fatty Bam Bam is, but I'm sure Fatty Bam Bam didn't mean to. Okay, gimme you. There. Mostly I just want to get rid of that because it causes me problems, so if I just get rid of the pyrotheum, then things work better. All right, circling around. Everything looks good on that end. Now we come over here. When I killed the entities, did it kill the pigmen too? The pigmen were already killed, honestly. Now the problem over here is I don't know what the level of the lava is supposed to be. I think it's here. Yeah. So, fix lava 5. Doo-doo. Fill her up. I think the pigmen were already dead though, and we can handle it. We can figure stuff out. Okay. So that's filled back up. That's all good. That's all good. That side's good. So we're moving. Hey, Extra Dark, how's it going? Thank you. It's kind of backed up on the screen, so it should get there eventually. But thank you for that $1, man. I got some nice MC skills. Good job on that. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's very generous of you. Very kind. And, you know, appreciated and all of those things. You guys have just been great tonight, and I'm sorry that, you know, I mean, you can't always make it exciting, right? It's Minecraft, it's terraforming, it's just, but we're doing the best. We're talking through, we're explaining what's going on, and we have some music going on. That's always nice. So, you know, I mean, it's not terrible, is it? Is it terrible? Do you guys hate me? I'm sorry. I don't blame you. I hate myself. I don't actually. I'm pretty okay with me. I mean, you know, I have my flaws. I have my faults. Not gonna say I'm perfect, but I'm gonna say I'm damn close. Right, Chris? She says yes. You're entertained? Cool. Tom 5, Tom and I, we got this. The rest of you haters can, I mean, make me feel bad, but that's fine. The gods show disapproval. Well, I disapprove of the gods. You know, the gods haven't done much for me, so what should I do for them, right? Maybe if they wanted tribute, they should help me out, and then I'd be willing to be like, hey, thanks, gods, and tribute them. Did they ever think of that? No, they just demanded it first, and they're like, maybe I'll give you something if you pay me. And I'm like, no, I'll pay you if you give me something. And then a theological debate ensued, with which they struck me down and smote me for being a you know, malcreant. And I feel like that was undeserved. Fill you up. Clear you, get you. We're almost around. Lava's almost fixed. Getting there. Pretty good, pretty good. Is this all area I've been? Did we get it? I think we got it. Nope, didn't get it. Still got a little more. A little more. It's a little off the top. Whoop. And, there we go. Oh, you are square as shit. Excuse me. Pleased to not be square. Thank you. Your presence in squaredom is not appreciated. All right, there you go. Okay, so the lava's flow should be fixed, and it's also because of doing the gravel trick. That's why the if you look near where the volcano is, you can see that there's not the normal stuff that it actually. But again, whatever. So the next step in the process is turning the gravel into things that we need, and that's not that hard. That's actually pretty easy. So troll one of them by using a secret block for one of their energy pipes. Don't leave you hanging. An energy block for one of their, or a secret block. I'm not sure what you mean by secret block though. Okay, so we're gonna come down here. We're gonna get position 1, and then we're gonna get the whole damn thing. Ban squaredism? Yeah, damn squares. Damn squares. Why I oughta. Back in my day, we didn't have your friggin' squares. If terraforming was easy, I wouldn't be as proud. I mean, you're not wrong, but it could be a little easier, at least a little faster. Maybe it is fast and easy for, you know, people who are good at it, but I'm only me, and I can only do what I can do, right? So the beginning part is The beginning part is we take the gravel and we turn it to obsidian, right? So replace gravel 49, and then we're like, boom. Okay. Span one down, do it again. What? Why? Why? Expand one south. Do it. Stupid little block. Stupid little block. All right, so now we have our blue mountain of blueness, right? Make molten rise out of the lava as the Easter egg to Pixelmon. Oh, Moltres? Don't think I can do that. So the next step is to add in our different blocks. Where are you? What? Just no. Just no. Now that we know that we have our selection correct, and that's all right, now to add in our different blocks. So the blocks that we have are 1, fixed lava, 5. There we go. Our skystone, 1370. So let's replace 49 with 95, actually 98%, 49, 2%, 1370, and add that in. Okay? Which doesn't sound like much, but it's 64 11 blocks. And then the next one is the colored cobblestone, which is 234215. 234215. And there's all that. And I had another one that I don't remember what it was now. So we might have to just deal with that, because I don't remember what the other block I had in there was. That's just those. And I buried it all, so I can't see. Maybe some colored obsidian. Maybe a gray frequency colored obsidian would be inappropriate. 23447. 23447. A little bit of that. Another 6,000 blocks. Still very blue. Let's try and do a 95 on all of those. 5. 1370. 234 And yeah. I feel like I want it to be more of like the just not getting there. Normally it's not that hard to set these up. Maybe I just had too small percentages. 10%. And then 234 234 and then 23447. All right, that's a little better. That gives me that like not so solid blue. Who was the first other YouTube I've moderated a server for? All the server stuff I've done has been for Jordan. So now we need to get ourselves inside and we'll just have ourselves a nice little conical hole, but we're a little off center, but we'll just make a little divot, if you will, here. Let's actually take and grab this, say that's it, expand 2 down, replace 0. That's not what I wanted. Undo. And that's gonna cause me problems. That's gonna, oh, I barely made it. Whew. Excuse me. So what went wrong there? 09, replace 0 with, or replace 49 0. Okay, actually just replace 0. Just carve me a hole, man. Span 1 down. There we go. And one more time. Okay. Now we make this be not quite so squarical. Again, always with the fighting of the squares. It's our life in Minecraft. Is everything that we do in Minecraft is using squares to try and not be square, right? Like as builders and as things, it's entirely where your focus goes to. Is just all I have are these squares, so let's try and make something that isn't square, right? And it's kind of silly that way, but what can you do? All right, so that's still looking a little rectanglish. Let's come a little bit further out that way and kind of bring that in and try and make that work. Expand down. Bap, 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 bap. Boop. All right. Still flat over here, but that looks good. I'm liking that. So we just need to. That's fine that it's kind of flatter there. You know, I mean, that can happen. It's not that a flat wall is automatically a bad wall. It's just not a good wall. So here we're gonna go bloop and bloop, and then replace 0 lava, and see what we got. See what we're working with here. Fix lava 10. Spread it out. Okay. Wow. What do you think, guys? I think we got ourselves a bit of a volcano. Now, what do you say we have it flowing somewhere, eh? What do you say we give it a little oomph? Head one to Sunday's direction. Make sure that we don't. And now we need to block off so that we don't have to. We can reasonably say that it's spreading without being weird about it, you know? Because that's one of the things you're just trying to avoid, right? Is being weird about it. And come here, replace 0, not 49, lava. And over here, fix lava 5. And now that can flow down. We'll see where that goes. That looks good. Kiwi sounds surprised. Like, holy crap, that actually, I mean, you know, I don't hate it. What's that about? That's weird. Thanks, Kiwi. Thanks for insulting me. She didn't actually, but that's fine. Let's make it just this one's not going to be flowing, but we can give ourselves a little something to just to remember it by, you know, just to say hi that we care. Expand 1 down and replace 0 lava. And that can just be there. That's fine. Fixed lava 5. Oop. Okay, cool. This is pouring down. How did that go? All right, so that can continue, but this is not going the way that we wanted it to. So let's go ahead and say, oh, darn, we got herded over in this direction, and that's just uncanny that happened. So let's go ahead and take that and go here and replace 0 lava. Fix lava 2. I don't know, that's what I wanted. See, fix lava just fucks with me. I don't really want those tar ones right there. There we go. That's fine. And then it makes sense that would be there. There would be something that would be like that, and then, you know, okay, put a little thing there, and then maybe right there. Yeah, put that there. A little spire. A little aspire to aspire to. I should load a castle. Load in a castle for Sunday since he hates building. I mean, use chiseled obsidian on the volcano. Alright, put that there, and that there, and that there. It's practically like it was just a regular thing, except these wouldn't be like that. That would be over there, and that would be like that. Not that things make right angle that well, but that's fine. And do I have my lava bucket? I don't. Yes, I do. I don't have my lava bucket. It's just this bucket right here. And there we go. Let's get rid of that. Okay, you're flowing down. This makes absolutely no sense right here, but that's fine. I still have conduit facades left over. And you can be that. That's fine. And then let's go ahead and... Is there something? No, just ending there. So we're going to grab a selection there, grab a selection there, and replace 0 lava and continue on. We're going to expand that to the east. Replace lava cobblestone, replace cobblestone lava. And now the drive to to eventually herd this down to the you know, it's inevitable falling. Boom. And boom. What, if anything, do I have planned for the forest? I haven't decided yet. Like, I want to do something. I made some vague threats in the book they didn't read, because they don't read the achievement books, but there's some vague threatening commentary in there. But I really haven't figured out anything to actually do to them at this point with it. I mean, you know, have a forest fire or something? I don't know. I'll probably try and find something just to screw with them. We'll see what happens. All right, so, well, that doesn't make sense. That does. And so that's pouring down, and then the lava comes down and exits. Okay, that's fine. And this all comes down, and if you were, for example, to not be doing that, but were to be going in a direction that's much more of the this way sort of habit, then that will look and be fine. And then you're done. Lava pouring down the mountain. Yeah, we pouring down the mountain when it comes. I don't like that straight line, but whatever. And then you, unfortunately, would technically fall down there. The question is, do we want to just block that off, or do we want to pull another flow down? Keep expanding lava till it causes the forest fire. I'm just worried I mean, with... I feel like the volcano's starting to get done, you know? Like, I mean, it's just, it's ran its course. Yeah, I'm tired. We're done. We'll go that way. Call it good. So that's all good right there. And suppose we could have a lava flow, like, pokey out of here. To where it's coming, it'll be coming from the mountain. When it comes, bloop, bloop, it'll be coming from the mountain. When it comes, bloop, bloop, it'll be coming from the mountain. It'll be coming from the mountain. It'll be coming from the mountain. So run! Jesus Christ, it's gonna burn everything! Oh, that's a long flat spot. It's a lot of flat. Boop, boop, boop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Thank you, game, for knowing that I didn't actually mean I want you to put there. Alright. You can pour down from there. Fix you up. Fix you up. Okay, cool. And now you probably are going to go all the way. Does the crane or quarry bother me? If so, suggest the deep dark dimension. I'm trying to, with the book, to herd them in a general direction of the digital miner. I've been trying to kind of say, like, hey, you should totally try that, and we set that up in the achievement book to see if we could maybe get that to be a thing, but so far they haven't gone there yet. But the new achievements are new, right? Like, I mean that, like, they haven't been out for very long for them to kind of get used to or whatever. So it's fine. That's not at all what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So, I mean, we don't have anything going down this other side, but that's fine. It when now that we're not all one solid block, the modeling helps to blend in some of those sides so that you don't feel like it's quite a square. I mean, it's still a square, but it doesn't look square on the mini map. And you have to really be looking at it. And it's not something they're going to be looking at, right? So it gives it a couple vents, a couple hot spots pouring down, lava coming down. It's threatening on Ian's stuff and much closer, much more problematic. But it continues to expand without anything else. So I think we... let's see what's going on over here. This don't look right. This don't look right here. This is a little bit of a mess. How do I rectify this situation? You just put all that there and let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. I want you guys to go down there. There you go. There you go. And now for you to come around here. It'll be coming around this lava flow when it comes. It'll be coming around the lava flow when it comes. Fill that in, and continue to source block. And that shall complete you there, except for right here. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Okay, that's good. This is good. That's good. This isn't good. Let's just build up a little bit here. Oh, look, this is where it splashed and it built a little spire, and oh my goodness, how terrible is that it had to go other directions. Wouldn't you know it, these things do happen, though. It's it just, you know, I mean, sometimes stuff goes wrong, right? What can you do? So here you go. That's where stuff's flowing. Let's just put that there, and then we can say you there, you there, you there, you there, you there. Good enough. One more. Fine. Fine. I accept it. I take it. I'll take it. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. All right. Why, though? Why, Minecraft, must you go straight line on me? Okay. Break it up. Break it up, guys. Let's just break it up. Bit of a spire. This part of the mountain aspires to be more. You guys get it? You get it? I think you got it. Okay. Hey, Angel, how's it going? Is RF Tools in the pack? It is. RF Tools is. That's how they use the crafter. Okay. So, Fiery Mountain of Doom, right? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Fiery Mountain of Doom? Who's with me? I mean, it's not exactly Mountain Doom, but it's, you know, it's there. So, the next step in the final piece is to go and take a look and see what we got going on at Jordan's place. Look, my blocks are gone except a group all. I've been setting one at Jordan's place repeatedly, and it keeps going away. I'm pretty sure it's like right here. Also, you remember, if you, for those of you who watch Jordan's videos, you remember that time when he said that it looks like the server can only spawn one wither at a time because he tried to spawn 3 at a time? Yeah, guess what guy that has 2 thumbs and that are pointing at him have came and encountered 2 withers out here, just like doing their thing, blowing up. And withers do not like AoA mobs at all. Like they're just like no. And so much. Oh look, see this is a little gift from me right here. That's that right there. But the fun part is just how hard it is to see. Now I need to get inside, and how do I get inside without going to thing? I don't know. Let's see. If I do this, and I expand 2 up, and I replace with 0, and then I undo that. Okay. So redo, move the heck out of my way. Excuse me, coming in, and then redo. Look, oops, undo. Look at how perfect that is. You can't, it's there. You can see it there. I'm highlighting it. But yeah, that's gonna get his ass. Got his ass. What the hell's this? Why is this open? When did this happen? Someone else has been here. That's Craner's been here. This is a Craner's been here if ever I've seen one. He came in from the outside, saw that, and was like, "Oh, I'm going around." Let's see. Yep. See, there's pressure plates everywhere. I don't know exactly where, but they're there, I tell you. Yep, there's one. So Craner's been here, and so what I did, though, and it might be actually configured to my name still, which would be a problem, but we can fix it. We can fix this, Reddit. If you hear the pigman, that's set up to, I set up so that every time I come near his ME system, that there is a pigman sound that goes off. And see, he's doing it this way, which is, you know, the simple and easy way to get rid of, but the harder way, yep, still set to me. The harder way is that I will have this in place for Jordan, and then it's buried, because what I'm doing is I'm actually using a comparator to fire off a delayed reaction that then goes into it, but it doesn't actually require a pressure plate. So when he gets within 7 tiles of this block, it will generate a signal that will then go and eventually, after a few seconds, fire off the command to play a pigman sound. But because it's not using pressure plates, the idea is when he comes down and is chasing Craner's stuff, he's not going to dig down and look at, like, he's gonna be, oh, look, here they are right here, and hopefully just go after them. Because, I mean, this is pretty simple to track down, right? I mean, Craner, come on. But with the floor there, the false floor, he's not going to think to look deeper. The other thing that I'm doing with that, though, is in addition to it being difficult to find just by digging down, that he has to know to go that extra level, but I'm actually having it fire off over kind of in this direction, right? So he'll hear the pigman over behind him and to the side, but it won't be right in front of him, and it won't be anywhere near the command block is. So that is my hope, is using that it will drive him insane, using just steam levels and just a little psychology behind him, and kind of drive him crazy there. So that's my hope. Craner's doing his sounds. I don't have his resource packs, so that's why I don't, you're not hearing anything from me there. But I don't know why his system's down, though. That's a little problematic. Core fuel full of that, and then he's gonna 10 to 1. He's gonna come and bitch about. Okay. So this is export to that, and then this is import bus, but it's not importing anything. Outlet mode. Sets the access port to outlet mode. Port will not accept items from pipes. Port will eject. That's what I want. So I think if I jump start it, because he's going to blame me, because I'm the one that set those up. So if I don't get this going, he's going to log on and be like, Zine, why you oughta? I oughta punch you in the ding-a-ling, Zine-a-ling. So is that enough to give it power? I need an energy acceptor. Accept my energy, bruh. Okay. Fine. I'm going to get an energy acceptor, and we're going to put that there, and it's going to be great. It's going to be the grandest of grand. Okay, energy acceptor, and I don't even need to put it in, like, there. I can just put it, except I want to look there. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. Boom. Boom. Yep, there. That should be powering. Should be powering all the powers. Turn on. What did Craner do? Craner. Why you break things? Very confused. Okay, did he break some of the facades? Where's my wrench? What's going on here? Boop, 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 boop. Yep, I broke it. Give me... Shit. You. Dense ME conduit. That's what I'm looking for. Bloop. Okay, tie that in. Everything's fine. Oh, maybe his security panel is not letting it hook in, because this thing is a pain in the ass. He thinks it's so funny having that work on all the things, but oh my god, it drives me insane because I can't edit his ME system, and I do a lot of work on their ME systems, like a lot of work. So, hook up, bro. Do me good. Come here. So I can see you. So I can see you know what you're going. This is just Craner's. He doesn't even know why it's there. I want you there, and then did I get rid of my... Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Hey! I knew it. I knew it! Stupid ME system, or stupid security terminal. All right, so if everything's working right, now that I put that in outlet mode, that should be ejecting out to this, and this should... Why you no pull in? Are you full? Are we full of things? Are you full of it? No, you have room in your drives. Questions. I have questions. It's connected. So how many channels? 2 channels, so that's all fully connected. This is an import bus, importing from the reactor access port, which should be everything you need in life. Why are you dumb? Acceleration cards. Accelerate me, baby. Should have power, should be ejecting, importing, device offline. Okay, that's a good idea of what's wrong. But that one's not offline, is it? Device offline. Okay. All right. Let's track this down. You, Crescent. That looks like a Craner troll to me. I think that's Craner specifically trying to troll. So I'm not going to fix that because I was very confused, but now I'm not. You know, but he's still going to yell at me. I guarantee you. He'll be like, because he won't understand how this is working and why it's not working. And so he's going to be like, this was all working fine. And then Zine came up here and changed it over to this far superior, far more elegant, far better solution. And then because Craner came by and intentionally broke it, that's clearly Zine's fault. So let me just get upset at him. That's what he's going to say. You guys mark my words. I'll bet you $5 that, I mean, you know, it might not be verbatim, but that's how it's going to go down. You know, that's how it's going to go down. So, anyway, let's put that there, and he's going to be like, why can't I access my ME system? And then he'll be like, oh, Craner just picked this up and replaced it. Haha, well, I can fix that. And, yeah, that was a silly recycled troll, and really it was just me trying to fix his shit. It's fine. Use fire water on the river. It'll be like the volcano is affecting the surroundings. Yeah, but water doesn't light on fire. It steams. Blame Zine. I know, right? So, guys, it is 10:30. We have gone for 2.5 hours, I believe. I mean, it's 10:30 for me. It's 9:30 in Pacific time. It is 12:30 in Eastern time. It's 5:30 in UK time, 6:30 in Central European time, and 6:30 p.m. on Thursday in New Zealand. So, I think it's about time to wrap it up. What do you guys say? I appreciate all you guys for coming out so much, and thank you. Be sure to hit the follow if you are interested. We've got a couple of trolls. I've got the thing set up for Sparkles, but I didn't want to, and then the portal there. Hopefully he hits that, and then also I have the Pigman sound generator, which hopefully that drives him up the wall as well, in addition to what Craner's done. But that is going to be it for me. I forgot Australia. I can't speak Aussie. I haven't learned Aussie yet. I've learned a lot of time zones. Like I speak time zone fairly well. I like to think, but I don't know Australia yet. So maybe that'll be my next one that I try and teach myself. But until then, you guys have been awesome. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for putting up with me. I hope you've enjoyed and feel like you've learned something. One of the next things that I want to do with my YouTube videos is to show how to use these facades. I know that some people are interested in that, how to use them and wire stuff up with that. So I'll show wiring through facades, and then I also will show some of the advanced applied energetics stuff, like how to properly use a level emitter, not like how Jordan was using a level emitter where he tried to demo it, which is he had the redstone card in and he had the always active mode on so that it didn't actually care whether or not the signal was on, so that it just always dumped. That I will show you how to properly do that. That is in my next TrollCraft and just kind of tutorial video. Until then, you guys have been great, and I'm going to shut the music up, get the hell out of here, and stop bothering you. You all have a lovely night, and I will see your faces next video, next stream, whatever. Next stream will be tomorrow, so if you're interested, then we'll be doing something. It won't be TrollCraft, but we'll be doing something. So till then, see you guys later. Figuring out, I'm working a sound mixer, a second keyboard, and trying to smile at the camera like I'm natural. See you guys. I have set the difficulty to normal. The difficulty has been set to normal. Thank you for the reminders. Bye, guys.